You're still working on the whole conversation for the start. I don't do the intro anymore.
I know, you're locked in. That's my bad. I mean, now I know because I messed it up 3 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my bad. I kept getting up. That's my bad.
It's all right. We'll figure this thing out.
Yeah, we'll get here.
Oh, long week, no Ave. It's all right. We'll pull through. We're gonna make this happen for the people.
How long do you think that was hanging there?
I'm gonna give it over under 4 seconds, and I'll take.
Yeah,
the
but
over.
I'm here.
I would take the over.
Jessica's here. We're gonna get some extra special juice from Jessica today.
Yes, I get to shine today.
I asked both of the
I
Alexes
still am not
to fill
allowed
in.
out of the
Wait,
dungeon,
really?
but
Yeah, they both said no.
What did Archangeli say?
He's actually staying at Britt's tonight.
don't they live together?
Yeah,
Oh.
sorry, at her parents.
Where? I mean, we gotta go do that.
he's actually
2
staying at his
later.
fiance's, so
Yeah, I mean, people probably know Britt. The people who listen to this.
Yeah, but we're
probably-
too viral when you just don't.
Oh, my bad. I shouldn't have name dropped.
Yeah.
one day when I get put out of the dungeon, we'll just take off.
I'm all for it.
The Jessica face reveal is going to be epic, but we got to get the channel to
It's crazy because
let's
like
just
I kind
monetize
of
the channel, and then the face reveal can happen.
I
was
kind
looking it
of
up,
look
looking
like
you sneaking
Angelina
in your
Jolie,
snack cabinet
if you guys
now.
are wondering.
I didn't hear what you said because Appa's in the snack cabinet.
That's fine. He's fine.
He can't even fit between the 2 doors. He climbed under.
Did he really?
Yeah. Sorry. Had to just chime in.
All right. Well, what episode is this? 26?
No clue.
I think it's 26.
26.
26.
All right, and it's going to be an exciting one, Jessica. Why don't you kick it off for us? What do you got today?
Okay.
And is it true? Rumor has it you want to play?
I want to play.
All right. Well,
And I have to do it super
Hey, now.
anonymously. I can't even say that word right now. I'm gonna do it super anonymously, so there might be a 3-second delay. Okay.
I
Here
don't
we
even
go.
know if.
Someone spin the wheel so we can get started.
Are you using the right word? Anonymously?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, cause like I can't know either.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So like
right.
I need to do I need to spin the wheel, find the category, and
I'm
spin
not sure
again.
what the right word is. I don't know that that's
Not
the
knowing.
perfect
even,
one, but
even me can't know.
Yeah,
That
but
was
like,
that
yeah,
came
no.
right on
Think
top of
about
mine.
it.
All right, Luke, Mike, who's spinning the wheel today?
You got it. You got it.
I'll do it. It's been a while. 3, 2, 1.
I'm a righty too, so it makes it tough.
Yeah. Yeah, your armpit sweat on the mic. That
Yeah.
would not be cool.
They wouldn't get a good enough spin either, you know?
Yeah. All right. What did that land on, Jessica? I missed it.
All right, so that landed on miscellaneous fun.
Ooh. You know what's funny?
There's so many ways.
I've kind of been waiting. I don't think this is going to be a part of the list at all, but I do think it would be funny if we did one that was completely unrelated to sports, like top 5 candies. And it was just like there was a
Rollers.
miscellany or like a general knowledge, random, like best presidents.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know enough. I don't think I could rip top 5 if we were all ripping.
Before this guy goes more into
Yeah, sorry.
history,
It's just
rip-
funny because it's such an
What is
odd, what an odd
Just maybe
category.
figure out what the topic
Yeah, making
is.
me think about the history of America.
All right, so it's top 5 mascots that deserve a movie.
Oh,
Let's just do best mascots, maybe. Mascots that deserve a movie.
Nah,
It's the same. It's
kind
the
of a
same
good
thing,
one,
isn't
And I
it?
got a good one already.
It is good. I just
I'll
don't
start
have
us
the.
off.
Will you now?
Yeah. You ready?
Wait,
Yeah.
am I or am I not playing?
You're playing if you
If
think
you're
you
locked
can.
in, gritty.
Thank you. All right, Gritty's a great pull.
Philadelphia Flyers.
Yep. That's a great pull. I just can't believe you left this on the field. I'm gonna go Philly Fanatic.
I thought about it.
This is
I
a
was
great
about to
one.
say honestly, sorry, I was thinking too hard. But I don't know. I feel like Gritty just has more iconic hits. I feel like he was more when you were there, you know, the Fanatic.
The Fanatic, I think. I mean, maybe for the movie question, Gritty's a better answer, but Fanatic's like classic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just doing what the wheel said.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the BYU Cougar.
It's a
Have
great
you
pull.
ever seen
The
the
hell?
dancing
Does
cougar?
the table?
What table?
I was at the Penn State one because that was gonna be my next one.
Yeah, this guy. No, the Cougars he went viral when TikTok wasn't a thing yet, and he would dance with the cheerleaders. And now they all do it, but he was like, I like literally would watch this. I didn't even know like the school.
Yeah. BYU Cougar's a great pull, but you are on the end of the
Oh, it's
line,
a
so you gotta do
snake?
2. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
it's tough.
I will do. Let's
Either you
think.
snake or Mike wins. So
So what it
I definitely won't do Penn State. That's for sure. All right, let's do. I don't even really like mascots that much. That's the problem.
It's hard.
I don't. They're like clowns.
Everyone
I kind of ignore them.
Everyone talks all that
Everyone
banter.
talks a big
Everyone
game.
talks all the banter, you know?
All right, fine. I've got to go, so I say
Crazy
one.
when the
but
lights get bright.
I'm gonna do old hip hop from the Sixers.
Oh my God, no, you did it. That's
It's
a
a great
great
poll.
answer. What do you
It's a great
mean? I'm
poll.
just gonna.
Yeah, it's a great poll.
We're not allowed to Google, right?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's a great poll.
What are you typing then?
Google Docs so I can pull up the
Sure,
agenda.
you are. Honestly, literally, you're probably cheating.
Mike is staring at my screen to make sure
I
I'm
am.
not.
Yeah, he can't. I keep going like this because I'm.
I was gonna go hip hop just because I thought I could hold on to this one longer. Although I think this one's probably better than hip hop or more iconic. I'm gonna go Benny the Bull from the Chicago Bulls.
That's a good one.
He's cool. He's the man. Probably more iconic than hip hop for outside of Philadelphia. But honestly, I would have said hip hop if it was available. So still going Benny the Bull.
I said mine. I got to go Penn State.
Yeah.
You ever see that crazy clip when he's doing the 4 tables of the push-ups up?
Yes, I did.
Massively viral. I mean, that's always an awesome one.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I was trying to think about mine for the next one.
This one's, I feel like, very hard.
It gets hard quick. It gets hard quick.
That's what she said.
Yup.
Clip that.
And I feel like I gotta go Eagles. I don't know. I feel like it's just tough. I feel like you don't see him as often now. But he used to be a big bird that wore 00.
No, we know him.
Had the feathers.
Yeah.
He's still there.
Pretty sure he went out on the tailgates, had some fun with the fans, you know? And I think that's gonna be my number 3.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I can't give you as big of a reaction. I'm jealous that you even thought of somebody. So I'm really trying to focus on mine. Okay. All right. Actually, I have a great one, I think. I'm going to go. Oh, it pains me to say this, but I still think it's a good answer. I'm going to have to say Mr. Met with that baseball head and the Mets uniform. I'm not completely sure, but
Dude, I was saving it.
pretty sure he's big time.
Yeah,
for New
that
York.
was also one.
Yeah. And it's the question is if they can be would be best in a movie. So
Yeah,
in my
he
head,
would
I'm
crush a movie.
I'm he's the ball in Invincibles. You know what I mean? Like that.
He would totally pump. He would slay.
He could literally be that villain, the massive steel ball in Invincible.
Yeah, he's a strong character.
Perfect.
This is very
Appreciate
difficult. Could I do, and I believe it's the Braves with the freeze runner.
Oh my gosh.
Does he count as a mascot?
Here's what I'll say. No, you can't use the freeze, although that's an awesome poll. However, I was going with the Braves mascot is awesome. If you do just want to take the Braves mascot, he's like a goofy looking.
Oh, it's the stupid, he's like a weird hammer thing.
Yeah, I don't know what he is.
Fine, I'll take him
yeah,
because
take him.
that's closest to what I
He was
thought.
on my list. You do what you want, but
Why am I blanking on every mascot that's ever
I
existed?
got great polls.
so far your list is great. You just
I feel like I'm doing math
I gotta
problems.
go on.
I don't. So take your time, Jessica.
Yeah, well, yep. Sure.
I don't even have another one to name.
I know. Let me think of some things. So we got college football. Do they mount? Well, so I went to Temple undergrad, and the Owl's very he's cool. Just because you have one, you're on a high horse right now, okay?
Fair. I only have one too, and I'm on the turn. And I'm scrolling up and down this agenda, and I'm like, something will come to me.
Are you going with the Temple Owl?
I literally can't think of it.
Hey, all right, maybe you get some hometown votes on the Instagram poll. I'm not. Who knows?
What did you step in?
I am. What Appa stinks? Show the people Appa. We haven't
think
introduced
Appa
him yet.
peed on himself, which is
Not great.
not great. We'll have to take this thing off.
Wait, show the face. You're showing his butt. We're stalling for Mike. We gotta go.
I'm good.
I'm gonna go with the Duke Blue Devil mascot. That's just
a
a
good one.
classic head. I don't know how else to say that.
It's so funny.
And I
Keep
think
going.
the Cameron Crazies are awesome, and he's obviously the catalyst behind that energy. So I'm gonna go with the Duke Blue Devil.
That's funny because I was literally thinking the rival the Tar Heel. I think
Ram.
that's great. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think so that's a great combination back to back.
Totally.
And that's what I got to go with my 4. And that's 2 like prestigious programs. They're icon mascots. They've been around for forever.
Yeah, like when you get apparel for Duke or UNC, there's a chance that the mascot face is on that to some extent.
And is involved in celebrations, like all of it. The whole 9 and they're winning programs.
Yeah.
That's 2 good pulls.
I can't believe we're doing this. I'm not going to lie. Like when this topic
Give
came
me
up.
the leprechaun, Notre Dame.
What a pull.
Give me the blue collar.
Give
me the blue collar leprechaun.
You got the Neuralink
I
in
said
your
I'm
head?
going up and down the agenda. I just needed something pop in my brain. National
True.
championship right around
Use
the
the
corner.
agenda. Use
Here
the
we go.
agenda. Wow.
Should have got that earlier, but I'm happy I could sit on it.
What a pull. That one
It's
hurts.
tough, man.
Is this our last one? I actually
It
feel like
is.
I'm
We
doing
got one left.
calculus.
Yeah, it's me than you.
Yeah, so
I loved my list.
I want to throw you one.
Don't.
I'll wait for my honorable mention, but
Yeah. Oh, boy.
it's tough, man. It's way harder than people think, especially like the mascot one. And people underestimate. There's no mascots now.
This could be a miss. I don't think it is a miss.
It's not like mascots are in everything now. It's really just college now. So even like the Sixers, like Hopper, like that's a huge pull.
Oh. This could be a miss. Oh, gosh. But I got to do something to beat Mike.
Someone's got to throw a dart.
No. Can't say that. It's not in that league.
Are we cutting this out?
No. I mean, hey, listen, start hitting me with the Jeopardy music if you want, but.
This is why we need the soundboard.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, we do need a
Imagine if you were back
soundboard.
there and you were just like, you could just hear it.
I would love to have that.
And
I
then
could
in the
clip
pod,
you.
you could cut and then it would be a SpongeBob meme.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know.
Later.
I don't. And actually,
I'll do that for this one.
I
For
promise you, yours didn't inspire me as much as it should have when you said leprechaun. But I am gonna have to go with the Boston Celtics leprechaun. I don't know how mascot he is, so it might be a bit of a miss. But I know the Boston Celtics logo, like what the mascot is legendary.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but is he a mascot?
yeah, I'm not completely sure. So
We're
hopefully
not
we can
allowed
pop
to
up
utilize
some
the
clips.
internet, so I have zero.
No,
Yeah.
it's a decent pull.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I'm
an
running
iconic
out.
franchise again. Like,
Yeah,
that's really
I
where it's
have
at.
I have some honorable mentions, but they would have just put me. They're just like pretty good.
Yeah.
and I had to try to shoot for something legendary.
Fair.
Yeah, sticking with the NBA, I think one that actually I can think of is I always found him to be like really I don't like him, the Flame for the Miami Heat.
Oh my gosh, yeah, but it's still a good like movie or like
yeah, like
controversial. Yeah, you're right. He's like eerily annoying.
he's just weird. You know what else? Since I'm snaking this for my honorable mention,
Yeah,
the
we're
ones
done.
I
Go
wanted
ahead.
to note on that
Just didn't
Philly
think we're
fan,
strong
Philly's
enough.
lost. Don't like him, mad. But those stupid McDonald's sponsors with the Mets in the stands, you know what I'm talking about?
Grimace,
Grimace.
the purple thing. Yeah, but you can't
They're
really
not
count
really
it. Yeah,
Oh, McDonald's has like iconic mascots.
true. Did we say sports mascots or just damn?
It's
we should've-
definitely sports
I mean, that would have been
mascots.
insane.
Imagine we pull Ronald McDonald out of
Oh,
that.
I'm pulling the Chick-fil-A cow baby.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
A nice caboose. And mine, I had Wildy Cat from Villanova. He is a good mascot, but
That's a
I
good
think
point.
No,
maybe
that's a
just
good one.
because
The Wildcat, yeah.
yeah, but I went there, so I don't know if I don't know how well renowned he
Yeah,
is.
but bring up Haverford Black Squirrels because
whatever. But the other one I thought might be too niche to get the votes, so I went with what did I even go with? I don't know. My fifth pick.
you went to
The
Celtics.
Celtics, yeah. So hopefully that is indeed a mascot, and then I get huge points. But the Charlotte Hornets mascot, I'm pretty sure, is this like purple or blue like fluff ball, and he's got like an alien or something. I don't know why he's not a Hornet. Are they the Hornets?
I think it probably
Charlotte?
is.
Yeah.
It
They were the
probably is.
Bobcats.
Yeah, none of the Hornets. Like
Yeah, they
LaMelo
are the
Ball.
Hornets
LaMelo
now.
Ball.
They are the Hornets now.
The team that LaMelo Ball plays for has a mascot that I think is electric, but I'm not sure, so I had to hold my cards. Anyway, who else did you have?
I mean, I was going national championship again. The Buckeye from Ohio State.
Yeah, Buckeye's a good
solid
pull.
one.
Yeah, Buckeye's a great pull. You're right.
I still think there's some really good hockey ones, like with the Anaheim Duck. I'm pretty sure that's.
Oh,
a
that's a
solid pick,
great
right?
one.
Yeah, so I don't. I wanted to go hockey so bad. I was thinking the Devils.
That was my third on my honorable mention was
the Jersey Devils. Yeah, I wanted to go them badly.
Because I think about Brodeur.
It's hard for me to picture mascots in hockey though. Like I can't see like what do they do? Like basketball, football, baseball.
Around, like in period. Like
they do, right?
They go like in the stands.
But now it's just hot girls cleaning up the ice anymore. I feel like I haven't seen a mascot in a while.
Ball girls?
No, I'm pro hot girls cleaning up the ice.
Okay,
ice needs to be clean.
Had to check.
Ice needs to be clean. Get the mascots out of here.
Hey, I'm just trying to keep the players safe.
I don't remember the hot guys, to be honest with you. I actually think the grounds crew in baseball games, when they go, it should be closer to the way hockey does it.
Oh, yeah.
I have an honorable mention.
Just to be safe.
Some like softball girls.
I thought that it was very controversial, but the Olympic mascot with the flame, with the hat, the Paris one.
Maybe not the most recent, but I'm sure there was an Olympic.
No, I'm talking about the most recent one.
You want me to go controversial?
Yeah, please.
I had a really
That's where I want this to go.
I faded away from it because it's bad.
The Redskins?
I know the Redskins.
The Commanders. Yeah, that's exactly where I was going.
Yeah. Well, that's like an iconic logo, but kind of the same thing with my Celtics. We're gonna have to.
No, but there was one there that like he wore like a headband and feathers all.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the Chiefs.
The one
I'm pretty sure he didn't have a shirt.
I bet the Chiefs have a good one.
So I thought about that. I didn't remember one from the Chiefs.
Chief Wahoo.
Jamie, can you want to Google that?
I will.
No, Chief Wahoo's the Indians. Oh my gosh.
Wait.
Yeah, but
the Indians
the Native
mascot.
Americans in America that live on the I forget what it's called on the border. They're on border, but I think they're asking for the logo to be turned around for the Cleveland the Guardians. They want it to be now they're like, no, that
was cool.
It was cool for our community.
I've definitely seen that for the Commanders.
Oh, maybe it's the Commanders then.
Yeah, because that logo was so tough.
Well, the Chiefs, I was curious, is the KC Wolf corny.
Oh yeah, it's.
But then I was just curious because I was like, we gave our 5. I wanted to see who else.
That was hard. I didn't like that.
The only one that I saw that was like crazy that is like amazing, Wally the Green Monster.
Who's that?
That's the Boston Red Sox. Right?
Who?
Am I tripping?
I mean the fence is the Green Monster. Dude, I took an L with the Celtics. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's tougher than the people think. Let us know in the comments.
I needed to go Buck. If I go Buckeyes, my list is way stronger.
Yep. That was the one I was like, I want to throw you one, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, well, it is what it is. Time to get down to the nitty-gritty. And it's only right that we start, obviously, with the NFL because we have the conference semifinals coming up. We have 2 games left in the AFC, 2 games left in the NFC. The matchup last week, interesting. Only really one great game, I would say, which was the Bucks Commanders. So we can start with that. I think that's the game we thought would be closest. We thought maybe Minnesota, LA was going to be close, but LA kind of ran away with that. Which not all of us. Well, yeah, you definitely. If I remember correctly, you did stand up and say, "Give me the Rams." You also had the Chargers in the Super Bowl, though, so
it's tough.
We'll get to that eventually.
That's why we only did 1 week at a time, though.
Yeah, 1 week at a time.
Gotta love that.
Anyway, the Texans end up beating the Chargers relatively handily. The defense just completely shut down anything the Chargers were doing. I think Herbert ended up with 4 picks. Is that right?
Yeah, it was 3 or 4. Just not a good game. I'm pretty sure it was like under 200 yards.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird, I never know how to say,
I don't think it was under 200 yards. I think Glad had 180 something receiving.
Yeah, he did. He couldn't have been under 200. Glad had 100. That's my bad. Yeah. It might have been, but that would be crazy if it was.
I mean, it's impossible. Unless he...
Yeah, it's impossible. That being said, Chargers were eliminated. The first game we were talking about, Commanders-Bucks. Commanders ended up coming out on top 23-20, I believe.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is, too, and... That hit the field goal post, went in, right?
Yes.
It's crazy because they lost off a game this year by hitting the field goal post and it bouncing out.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost full circle. I also saw something. I think they won the last 5, 6, 7 games, somewhere in there between 7 and 5 that they won off a single score. If someone scored,
the Eagles 36-33 game was a part of that.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Which is crazy, right?
Yeah, it is, and they needed it. I mean, it was weird. It was like
It's kind of a shout to Jaden though, right?
yeah,
It's got to be
I feel like people.
composed, wins, like he finds a way.
Oh, he's good
as a rookie.
Yeah, he's great.
Didn't mean to like keep going on that. I don't know.
No, that's fine.
It doesn't get enough love.
Yeah, I think people are high on him. I just it was weird. It was like people didn't care. Like nobody talked about the Commanders making the playoffs. Almost because they thought they were a good team, maybe, and they were going to be a wild card team throughout, but like they needed to win 6 out of 8 or something along those lines. I shouldn't say needed to, but they did and ended up the sixth seed.
I think they had more of a lock than what you and I are thinking because it was more Bucks and Falcons.
Yeah, I know that. Well, I mean, that's what we're saying, but they ended up 10 and
either way, they're a wild card
11
team,
and 6. Yeah, they were the 6th seed. So I don't know until maybe the last week they knew. But like when they played the Eagles and won, the Eagles didn't necessarily care, but the Commanders needed to win that game, and they did. So like to your point, all those close games towards the end of the year, not only were they close, but they ended up mattering a ton. They were the 6th seed.
It was almost like all of them were a playoff game essentially.
Yeah,
down the stretch.
Yeah, and Jaden Daniels just kept winning. I mean, he's great. We'll talk about his matchup with the Lions, who got the bye last week, in a little bit. But just to run through the rest of the games briefly, the Eagles beat the Packers 22-10. I mean, 12 points is not. I mean, that's a pretty handled win. It didn't look like the Packers ever really had a great chance.
Shout out last episode, we all said, I don't know, it might have been Abe only. I'm not to just say that because he's not here to defend himself.
Nah, Abe was wrong.
But we all said we would take him by 10.
I took him 9.5, yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean, tune in the last episode, but maybe that we cut that to here. But I mean, that's a big win.
Yeah.
Saquon looked great again, as always.
Yeah, we're talking about, I think people are mentioning the passing game and stuff. I don't really care. I mean, we won 22-10. It is what it is.
That's a question I was going to ask you, actually. Because I don't think people are talking the passing game as much. I think why it's getting talked about is because of the A.J. Brown antic. And it's like that reading of the book on the sideline.
How do you feel about
inner
that?
Excellence. I just said I have a question for you. Don't turn this question on me.
I know how I feel about it. That's
I think I had it. That was my question. I was like, what do you think about it?
So I saw Donald Driver on ESPN shitting on A.J. Brown, essentially saying, like, this is what receivers do when they don't get targeted. They turn into divas, and his thing was going to be to read a book. And he's like, if he had 100 yards and 2 touchdowns and 7 catches, he wouldn't be doing that. I guarantee you that. And 2 things. First of all, he's not reading Harry Potter, by the way. He's reading like a book on mindset and self-improvement and things like that. Secondly, to Donald Driver's point in particular, Jahan Dotson actually posted this story in consecutive order where it was a picture of A.J. Brown reading a book on the sideline against the Commanders earlier this year, and then it flipped to his box score, and he had 8 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. And that was the game that he was reading the book earlier in the season. And I heard an interview with Sirianni earlier this week, and I think there was one more source from the Eagles that also confirmed this, but he reads books on the sideline. And so, or he reads that book in particular. So for me, there are kids like Dylan Livingston was a pitcher on my college team, and he would come back to the dugout when he was pitching, and he was a starter. So this would be anywhere between 5 and 8 innings, headphones in every time. Do not talk to Dylan. We could have thought he was being a jerk, but it's like, hey, he's going to perform on the field. I don't really care what he wants to do on the sideline. So if Donald Driver's take was true, and it was the first time he did it, and there seemed to be some sort of correlation between his lack of targets and his reading this book, I totally understand the pettiness and all that. However, the fact that that's not the case and is not true, I have no problem with it at all. And honestly, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I'm going to be real. I thought the same thing. I'm sure you guys could imagine that when I see that when I'm watching the Eagles game and I'm watching the game and I'm like saying a bunch of words to A.J. Brown that I'm not going to say on the podcast, basically. And I was like, what are we doing here, you tension guy? Like, I said the same thing about Ja, like the whole non-Duncan thing. I said,
as a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I thought Ja was like the same thing, like I'm not Duncan, trying to get attention. I thought the same exact thing with A.J. Brown. I will say I saw all that actually after, like, on Twitter more, and like the more I was just generally looking at things, like any kind of social media, any kind of news media, anything. I was seeing more like those snapshots of like what he's done when he's been reading it. And I'm big on whatever works for you. Whatever you.
What's wrong with that? As long as it's like consistent and it's
like, who are you to have a problem with that? Guess what? Like, go ahead.
It's none of your business.
And have it. It's Jahan Dotson doesn't care. Devontae doesn't care. Jalen doesn't care. Like, as long as they don't care, we're good.
Honestly, even if we cared right now, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
We're not on the team.
Yeah, so shout out those guys are having each other's backs for sure.
Yeah, at first,
I want to say two things.
Yeah.
You can go.
Well, at first I thought Jahan Dotson was against it because he actually posted the Donald Driver clip. And I was looking at his story and I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, Jahan Dotson is being shady here, posting on his story a clip of someone else.
Like almost cryptic kind
chirping
of thing.
his teammate. And then that's actually the 4 pictures that followed that up were AJ reading previously in a game where he was succeeding and then a bunch of laughing faces to kind of make a fool of Donald Driver in a sense. Jessica, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. So when I first watched it, because I'm going to say two things. One, when I first watched it, I think you have to understand the situation like you started with. I really didn't feel like the Eagles were all that out of the game at any point of the game. And I do think that matters. Like, they were happy on the sidelines. The year that we went to the Super Bowl, they were doing organized dances on the sidelines. Like, it didn't bother me. I actually laughed. I thought it was funny because it's my team. I was like, like that.
It's almost like the vibe that you're comfortable in your own skin and where you're at.
Like, they're very, like, right? Like, I almost
You're not on edge, like, oh my God, like, this is going to either crumble the offense. Like, if you're a real fan, you're like, like they're.
Well, and I think
cool.
that's shown true what you just said too, because we haven't heard anything from like AJ Brown or honestly
it was
any
shut down
of the players.
2 days after.
No, it's
like,
not even.
Saquon said he does that. Like, he said it's what, like, he does
like
that.
no
one
one's even
cares.
controversial about it. They're just like, yeah, he's kind of weird. He reads on the sideline.
He doesn't even get enough love for the addition. Like, signing him, this is so, like, not
Saquon.
even all the off the field stuff.
Life changing.
Yeah, he's such a guy in the locker room that's like, don't even, like, who cares?
Yeah, we're in the playoffs, dude.
Yeah, we're about to get he's like that's exactly how we said it too, and like laugh. Like, that's the best addition for the purely locker room presence. And I didn't mean to just like jump into that. It doesn't get talked about enough because of how
Saquon's the
unbelievably good he is on the field. It doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah, I think they all know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like when you hear interviews with the players,
you don't hear the media again.
Like,
like,
the media doesn't care.
They're like, oh, we broke the record. And he's like,
whatever.
Oh, take a ring.
I mean, he didn't go for that touchdown. It just shows you the character.
Yeah,
He's like his
Devontae
team.
Smith was
they
pissed.
like the things are so funny. So was AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Talk about inner excellence.
What was the second thing you wanted to mention?
The second thing on that was for the audience listening. I started my career off in sports psychology. When you work with athletes and they have a trigger, a lot with baseball, that's where it started, golf. Like baseball players, I know for sure they look to the scoreboard as like I'm going to reset, refocus. Bryce Harper undoes his gloves before every single pitch. Like, if for this year,
it's a routine.
AJ Brown, that's his thing. Do not touch it. Like, who cares from a mental standpoint? I'm sure not a lot of people look at it the way I did, but I was like, oh, it's his thing. He's calming down right now.
Yeah, it's so weird as a former. We've all competed at pretty high levels in sports. So it's so weird having to hear the media talk about something like this. All of us at some point are probably like, oh, it's kind of sweet. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Soccer, maybe not really relatable. You don't ever really end up on the bench in the middle of the game. But like maybe at halftime, if someone was reading a book like that, it would be like, hey, you'd almost ask your teammate what he's doing. Or you just be like, that dude's like so locked in, it's weird. So
yeah, it's a different aspect for sure.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if it's not relatable at all to some of these people in the media, they're like, oh, this is so weird. Why is he reading on the sideline? And it's like, athletes are sick in the head about getting better. Like they're trying to get better all the time, including sometimes during the game they're playing. So I don't know. I think it got blown out of proportion a little bit. Yeah. All right. So can you go get the food that's down there? Thank you.
Run through it super quick.
NFC, who else do we have?
Ravens over Steelers. Steelers were never in it. It ended up being
Ravens blew them out.
Three-score game?
I think so.
They were just never in it.
Yeah.
Ravens look great. Shout out them. Great match coming up. We'll talk about it. Broncos over the Bills. Sucks. It breaks my heart that this happened. I was so high on them in the Chargers. And I will hold my hand up. I will die on the hill. I was wrong. Wanted them to win. What are you going to do? I will say it's 31-7. The 7 points that the Broncos put up.
It was a great drive.
Electric.
Yeah, what a drive.
That bomb by Bo Nix. You're like, oh my.
Oh, it was off the bat.
It made it 7-7, I'm pretty sure. And you're like.
It might have been 7-0.
Yeah,
I think it was the first
You're
score.
like, they have a chip. You're like, they're.
Oh, we were watching
here.
when Mike was right. Yeah.
I was ecstatic.
They just couldn't move. I don't know, man.
Dude, I was listening to it. You ready for this? You'll find this hilarious. I'm listening to it. I'm on my way going away for work. I was away, hence why we're filming now. I was away Monday through Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go up Sunday night. I'm leaving early enough to get down there for the Eagles game. I'm listening to the game. And I hear these guys go wild. I'm like punching my roof in my car by myself, and I'm like, let's go, Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Go, Bo, go.
Go, Bo, go. Yeah, you definitely texted us. That reminds me, actually, my plane leaves Sunday to go to Canada for work this week at 3:30.
That's tough.
Yeah.
You're paying for Wi-Fi.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, run it through.
Well, I'm not. The business
Yeah, run it through.
Yeah, I got work to do. So that's going to be tough. All right, what else do we have?
That's the games, yeah.
That's it. We got everything? Okay, cool. So that leaves us then with the Texans matching up against the Chiefs, the Bills against the Ravens, Eagles against the Rams, and Lions against the Commanders. I'm just going to run that back really quickly, but we'll dive into each one. So the first one I mentioned, Chiefs, Texans. To be honest, I don't see a way out.
Let's do something fun.
Okay.
On 3, what do you think is the easiest game to bet on? Like, what do you think is the biggest lock?
Like a money line or like just
who's going to win?
Okay.
You ready? I'm going to go up. Oh, no, I'll go down. 3, 2, 1. Chiefs, Texans. Yeah.
Yeah. Chiefs win.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Texans can't.
No shot.
They're just out of gas.
The thing is, I wanted to ask that because I just could feel it.
Yeah, good for them for being the Chargers.
Well, I meant I feel it in my brain. You and I were on the same page. I was like, I'm going to ask this question because I knew you were going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I want to. When with Jessica, we'll talk like parlay and spreads and stuff. But I do want to just take winner loser out of each of these, like simple. Who's going to advance?
There's enough games. We should get them all right.
Yeah. So Chiefs, Texans. I mean, there's not a ton to talk about. If Abe was here, he would go palms up, shoulder shrug, and say they got 15, and they do. They have Patrick Mahomes. There's just nothing that the Texans are going to do to stop them.
The only thing I'll say is if Joe Mixon gets going, it frees up Nico a lot, and like that's the only time they're going to be able to like compete with them. I just think the Chiefs defense wins out in like the game of like just wear and tear.
I totally see where you're coming from.
I'm on the Chiefs.
I know. I just think like it doesn't matter how the defense does. Obviously it does, but Patrick Mahomes will beat C.J. Stroud in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
Like if it's like, oh, they scored 27, I guess
we
got to score 28.
I don't think that's the real question. I think the question is,
we'll talk spread eventually, but the Chiefs, there's no chance they lose. They can't.
But it's like, does Hopkins beat Nico? Like that, I think that's the more side of the question.
I think Nico might end up with a better game, but like
I don't
Mahomes
think Nico gets going good enough to win unless Mixon's going for like 150.
Yeah, I don't think he
That's
does.
what I'm saying. And I don't see Mixon going for 150.
Let's move on from that. I actually don't want to go to the next one quite yet. Let's go Eagles-Rams.
I love the next one.
I know, but we can't. We got to save it. Let's go Eagles-Rams.
I think people are getting hung up here. I'm just going to jump in front of it real quick.
Yeah.
You saw how big I was on the Rams last one. People are getting too up on their high horse. We blew them out early in the year. This is a lock. We're good. Dude, the Rams are good. Rams are talented. They're sneaky, which is the most dangerous thing in sports, is being that team that's cold-blooded, blue-collared, going to work
Recently
it out.
won the Super Bowl, know how to play in the playoffs.
Experienced enough, and still the key players, aside from Aaron
Great
Donald
arm at QB.
Back. Yep. I mean, I looked into that. That's a different.
Yeah, we'll get that later.
Yeah,
we'll text
day.
about it later.
I got my 5.
All that you said, I believe you believe it. I'm not worried at all.
Well, that's the thing. It's so tough to bet against us, right?
Fly, Eagles, fly.
I just think Puka's not good enough to get it done against everyone.
I I love the Rams.
Kyron hasn't looked like Kyron to an extent, right?
Well, he popped off so heavily in the beginning of the season. It's like,
Yeah.
how are you going to keep up with that?
That's fair, actually, because I give that to Jalen Hurts a lot. I'm like, people expect him to have that crazy MVP year, and it's like his numbers are down a little bit. He's like,
how many times do you win MVP?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see where the line is on that.
They
I
for
think.
sure win, though. Defense looks great, by the way.
Yeah. And I think, like,
Just
the
shout
offense.
out, like, I'm way more comfortable with the defense than I am with the passing game.
I love the passing game. I'm in love with the passing game. I like every aspect of the Birds. I think they're going to win. We'll see where the spread's at when Jessica starts talking parlay of the week to us. But as far as win-loss, Eagles come away with this.
This next one I think is so much tougher than people think, dude.
Yeah, so
I think it's so much harder.
The one he's talking about is Lions versus the Commanders. I'll let you talk about that because I have a pretty strong opinion too.
I just think the Commanders, I mean, we've said it already. They find a way to win. They're calm, they're composed, they're well coached. They can get after the quarterback. They've shown they can get it done at all levels on offense. Even position situational in a game, they've shown they can get it done. I think they're talented. If their defense acts up, the offense picks up, and it's literally vice versa. If there's a turnover, the defense picks them up. The Lions are banged up. The defense is tough. I know they're going to get David Montgomery back, but does that hurt them actually? Like, it depends how much David Montgomery's going to play. I agree, but I said on the other
probably get what 7 to 10 carries.
Either way, I said on the other pod, I think it sucks because I love David Montgomery.
It's great.
I had him on my fantasy team this year.
I don't think they're better without him.
They are. In a situation like this, I said it on the other pod. Over a season, no, because it takes the wear and tear off the body.
But Gibbs is a better back.
In the playoffs, when you want to win, you want Gibbs to play every down.
Yeah. I see. I totally get that. That's reasonable. And actually, for that reason, I think the Lions win by double digits. That's my take on this.
Because Montgomery's back, or
no, I didn't know he was back. Actually, I did not know that. But
he's not fully back either. He had a full practice, and he's looking good. Sorry.
I just think what Dan Campbell's done with the organization is pretty culture.
Love that guy.
Very culture changing. And as much as I love the Commanders, it's the beginning of the beginning for them.
The Lions will be on enough espresso that they'll be able to win.
Yeah, he's like a 2 coffee before 8 a.m. kind of guy. But I don't know. I don't know what it is in me. I'm very pro Commanders. I think they're a legitimate team. I don't think they're necessarily going to roll over. I just think the Lions, they're just too well oiled of a machine right now. And I think they'll just run over whatever the Commanders throw at them.
Game plan well for sure.
Yeah, I just there's.
I like
the firepower. I think that those 2 receivers, tight end, double running back. One's one of the best in the league. The other's by far the best second in the league. Goff throws a super accurate ball. Yes, they're banged up, but they're figuring it out on defense still somehow. And even if they don't, for the past 3 years, it's weird to say this about the Lions, but they will go touchdown for touchdown with anyone in the league.
Isn't that funny?
Including like Stafford and Mahomes and Burrow. Like, they've actually done it. Like, we've seen it happen.
I feel like it's almost like opposite schemes and teams and just like personality of the team, where the Commanders are like, hey, we're here, we're gonna keep battling,
we got nothing to lose,
and we'll figure it out. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, we might go down, but we'll find a way. Where the Lions are like, this is our game plan. We're gonna go 1,
and you can't
2,
beat us.
3, 4.
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and we're gonna have each other's back, and that's it.
Yeah,
Done.
so we'll see. I just I'm really loving the Lions. I mean,
everyone's loving the Lions. How could he not? You can't bet against them. I just am saying, everything I said. I never said I'm taking the Commanders.
No. Lions win.
I'm taking the Lions.
The spread, you might take Commanders.
Yeah, I think it's a better. I bet you they're getting 10 points.
I bet they're getting 6.5.
I bet you.
And I would take the Lions. That's where I fall. If they're getting 6.5, who do you take?
Lions. I think it's 8.5. I think it's between 8 and 8.
We'll see in a couple minutes with Jessica, but I bet it. All right, we'll see. All right, this last one, Bills-Ravens. Not only is this the best game of the weekend by far, but the implications it has, I want to talk to you and get your take on it because I hate it. I hate what I'm about to say, but it ends up happening. And
we're going to agree, I think.
That's just the world of media.
I don't
So-
think we agree.
So I do want to talk about like we'll talk about what we think is going to happen, all that jazz. Like I think it's going to be a great matchup. Josh Allen and the Bills keep finding a way because Josh is great. They obviously have James Cook and Amari Cooper who are legitimately talented, but still the rosters of the past 2 or 3 years have definitely been stronger as far as names are
Decently
concerned.
stronger.
Yeah,
names
yeah.
concerned.
And Allen is just having an unbelievable year and pulling these guys. I mean, no discredit to the rest of the team. I just don't particularly know the names that the Buffalo Bills used to have. The Ravens, however, 5 Pro Bowlers.
Talented
Or
everywhere.
5 All-Pros, I think. No, that can't be true. It has to be 5 Pro Bowlers, including, obviously, Lamar Jackson, who, if he's not the MVP, he's likely runner-up. But these two guys
And
are
if he's not
probably,
MVP, he's probably might be Offensive Player of the Year.
yeah, so incredible season, incredible player with probably a stronger team around him, which makes the Ravens a bit more dangerous. I think the Bills are
Don't do that.
What?
Don't throw that.
No, the Ravens are.
Stronger
Yeah,
team.
sorry, the Ravens have a stronger team around their quarterback.
all around the board, other than maybe QB.
Yeah, correct. And it's in Buffalo.
It is in Buffalo.
It's in Buffalo, so that's advantage Buffalo.
It's supposed to snow.
If it snows and it's in
they're
Buffalo,
already taking, like, you know how they do? They send out the thing. They're like, warm meals, give a place to stay.
yeah.
Like, we need shovel. Like, they're already putting that out. They're
Yeah.
supposed to get snow.
I was gonna say that's pro Buffalo, and it obviously is, but Derrick Henry in the snow is gonna be a problem.
Statistically wise, he's better when it's cold.
Oh, well, yeah.
Nickname
Tackle
is,
him.
He is the Yeti.
Yeah. Well, trying to tackle him when it's nice out is hard enough. When it's cold, Jesus, you might as well.
And you don't want to get hit by him.
No. So that's going to be a great game. It sounded like you were murmuring you're taking the Bills in this.
Yeah, I'm the Bills. I just think, like you said, they find a way to do it. I trust Josh Allen. It's tough to say which one's better coached because, like, both are great coaches. I actually would say Harbaugh's probably better. I feel like McDermott.
Yeah.
It's funny because
I agree, I think.
I'm saying they find a way to win, but then I was about to say McDermott finds a way to mess it up. So that's kind of funny.
But he doesn't because they win.
But in the past, in the playoffs, that's the thing. That's
But
what
both of these teams have had playoff problems recently.
I agree. It's funny because I was gonna relate them to the Lions. And it's funny because, like, the past teams, I'm always like, that's talent, XYZ, and like, but it's a weird feeling. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's almost like the Eagles, like, where you're just more comfortable with it. The Bills just seem to have each other's back more. Like, the Lions.
yeah.
Like, we're gonna
the
fight for
culture
it.
in the Bills locker room
Yes,
is strong.
it's just way different than what it's been the last, like, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, they're all moving in the same direction at the same North Star for sure.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
It was a wraparound, but it was getting there.
I have no clue what the line's going to be here. It's got to be pro Bills a little bit.
It's got to be like 1.5. No, give me 2.
I think I'm going to have
Yes.
to go.
This is good. We did it for everyone.
No, it's less than 2.
You think it's 1.5?
Yeah.
It can't be 1.
It could be 0.5.
Oh my God, it could be 0.5.
Or just 0. Like money line is the same as the spread.
Oh, and it's locked out. That'd be vicious. I'm gonna go 2.5. No, 2.5 would be.
Well, no.
silly.
We'll get that in a minute. But you took Bills just to win, right? We just want to talk winning right now. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think I'm gonna go.
Come on.
I think I'm gonna go Baltimore.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Baltimore.
I have one question for you.
Yeah.
How bad did that hurt for you to say?
Oh, I hated it.
Okay, everyone needed to know. I knew
Yeah.
how much you hated
No,
saying
yeah,
that. but,
and
like,
honestly, I'm not even super pro Bills. It's just something about that team. I think
That's
they
what
have
I'm
a great
saying.
capability to win. But I look
it's
at,
almost like it would have been silly to take the Ravens.
I'm trying to like see it in the future, and I just look
I
at
see
Derrick
Josh
Henry running.
Allen.
I see Lamar Jackson. Yeah, Josh Allen's gonna have a great game. I just think the Ravens pull it out.
Derrick Henry's nuts, man.
What I wanted to talk to you though seriously about, and I have it marked down here, but the implications. I don't want this game to happen. The implications for the losing quarterback are going to be so ridiculous and stupid and annoying about whoever loses this game.
I disagree.
Okay. Whoever loses this game, unless they have like an exceptional game and it's like, okay, what, like a Joe Burrow season that he just had. No one's saying Joe Burrow's bad because he didn't make the playoffs, but because of Patrick Mahomes, really, both of these quarterbacks have not had any playoff success, and they've been poorly spoken about because of that. And one of them has to lose, and neither of them are bad quarterbacks at all. So the media.
No, they're both.
If Bills lose on the Sports Center the next day, it's going to say, "Oh, Lamar Jackson can't win in the playoffs," or vice versa. And I think that's wrong, and it's so annoying to me.
What's insane is they're both the second best quarterback in the NFL this year.
Sure.
Because the best quarterback in the league this year is Burrow. But that aside, I think it hurts Josh Allen more than it hurts Lamar. I think it was such a Josh Allen high all year. People are saying he's going to win, he's going to win, he's going to win. People got tired of the narrative that he doesn't have weapons, which is true. Because guess what? Amari has like 4 catches over the last like 5 weeks or something like that.
No way.
No, there's something insane
There's
about
no
it.
way.
We'll have to look into it.
Anyway, yeah.
I'm over-exaggerating.
We're not fact-checking.
I will admit that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it exactly is, but it is insane.
Yeah.
It's almost like not ever.
I mean, it's not like he's in his prime by any means.
That's what. Well, either way, it's not how that offense works.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't work out with Diggs. They don't just feed one guy. But I think it hurts Josh Allen more because the high people got off it. People got on a Burrow high, like not even second half, almost like 3/4 of the way done of the year.
Yeah.
And then now everyone's on a Lamar high.
Yeah, but
everyone's like statistically wise, Lamar's better.
Yeah,
all
that's
this
fair.
Stuff, but like
Allen's been in the talks the whole way through.
But I think that people are so much more heavier on Lamar.
Oh, right. That's what I mean. I had that argument about Embiid's MVP candidacy when he did win like 2 years ago. Oh, no, when he lost the year before he won, Jokic kind of came out of nowhere at the end. I wouldn't say out of nowhere, but it was like it was Embiid, and then it was maybe, I don't even know, Curry or Durant
Doesn't
at
matter.
the time. And it was like people popping up and down.
But it was always
always against Embiid. And I'm like, well, yes, like Jokic may at the end have ended up with the same stats, but this guy was doing it all year. And like Jokic was the hot name at the end, kind of like Burrow this year.
And that's kind of and Lamar. Like
yes,
people
and Lamar
wavered at Lamar, but people now are like throwing statistics.
Well, I think people were worried about their record, and then they ended up like 11-6, and people were like, I mean, how many games are you gonna win?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I just think it hurts Josh Allen more, and
Sure.
I think that's horrible because I think he's way more about. I shouldn't say way more. I'm over exaggerating again. I'm sorry.
But my point is, it's a lose-lose. Like, but it hurts.
I don't think
both
it is as much as you think. I don't think
You don't
people are
think-
thinking about this game like that.
Well, maybe not right now. I'm just saying what's
And
going
maybe
to
I'm nuts.
happen.
I think it's Josh Allen.
I'm not trying to
Easy.
compare. I'm not trying to say who's more or less.
I know. I'm saying I'm thinking of purely what's going to impact their MVP, whatever.
Neither, because it's over. But
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think either. Like
You
MVP
mean
voting's done.
legacy-wise then?
Yeah, just
Holy
like
moly, that's a different question. I'm going off here talking.
no, I'm not saying MVP race. I'm just saying in general, like the next 2 weeks or a week while we're waiting for the next games, we're going to be talking about, is Lamar Jackson
Legit.
really a franchise quarterback?
Yeah.
He can't deliver in the
Is
playoffs.
he a running back? People will
And,
say.
yeah, and it's like,
People will say.
yes, of course he is. you
Not like a normal
idiots.
human, but
And
like,
then can Josh Allen really pull it off
Yeah.
if Mahomes never retires? It's like, yes. But shut up.
I agree.
Yeah, okay. That's all I was saying is like whoever
Way
loses
different
this
than
is
what
gonna
I
be-
thought you were
Yeah,
saying.
my bad. Not necessarily in
Because
the
I know they say the
MVP
award
race.
ends at the regular season, but like
Yeah, I agree with you.
playoffs play a factor.
It would hurt Allen more in the MVP
But I don't.
race.
Yeah, but I don't think the playoffs necessarily matter as much for it, which is silly. It should to an
Yeah.
extent, but whatever.
So there go our takes on the NFL upcoming weekend. Jessica, that means it's kicked over to you for our parlay of the week. A 4-leg parlay would be beautiful if you want. However,
I was gonna say really quick. I have one question because I
Yeah.
was interested. I could ask at the end of NFL, but we could do the parlay at the week at the end. Which one do you want to do?
what did you want to do?
My question's interesting. It actually
Oh.
goes back to Derrick Henry saying how good you were. I actually just read it because I had it at the bottom. That's my bad.
I would do it now.
Yeah, I agree.
I need to get a beer though. So go ahead.
But I'm asking you my question. It's
Go
crazy.
ahead. Yeah, I'll get it in a sec.
So he did an interview recently, and it was with Chris Berman, and they're talking about how valuable the running back position is.
Yeah.
And he was basically saying how Chris Berman was saying how him and Saquon revived the position. Derrick Henry revealed that like they had a group chat.
Yeah, with the running backs.
Yeah. And like what they think they could do to improve the position and like all that. And I just think it's so cool.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I didn't. It is cool, but I was like, well, what the hell did you say? Me and Saquon are running for 2,000 each this year, and we're gonna get 15 touchdowns.
Yeah, we're both going to go to great teams. So,
And-
hey, guess what? Everyone else, Josh Jacobs is also doing great.
Yeah.
Everyone just jump teams, go to a better team.
Yeah.
and just do better.
By the way, Jameer and Montgomery, they're going to team up, both rush for 1K, and it's never been done before. Like, I don't even,
Well, that was
I
my
get
question
it. I think
too,
it's
'cause,
cool,
like,
but it's like,
I was wondering what they were going to say in their group chat. Like, what could they talk about?
let's lock in this year. What does that
I say
even
that
mean?
every time I load up in the Marvel
I
Rivals.
know. So, no,
I
that's
just
a
thought
good
it was
question.
a cool thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
the
it
part of
is.
the
It's
league.
very
just
cool. I just remember when I read that, I was like, as if it's just like a choice. Oh, yeah, we've been half-assing it for 10 years.
Well, you haven't. I've been doing that for the pod this whole time.
Oh, well, let's lock in.
Oh, it's my bad.
Cool, yeah.
Thanks for saying it.
You got it. All right, Jessica, run us through the parlay of the week while I grab some beverages, please.
Okay. All right, so you guys just spoke about them. So I'm trying to think. I guess the easiest way to go through it would
Tell
be
me the Chiefs and Texans line.
we're gonna go from Saturday to Sunday. So we have
Chiefs and Texans first
Chiefs
game.
and Texans. So the line's sitting at 8.5, favoring the Chiefs.
I told you between 8.5 and 10.5. Give me that.
This for me is an upset game. I think if you want to play it safe, take the Texans plus 8.5. If you're me, you'll probably just take the Texans money line plus 385.
I said that about the Lions Commanders, didn't I? Not that game.
So Lions Commanders. So I'm actually thinking taking, if we're trying to make money, the Texans spread plus 8.5. I don't know. I know it's home, right, for the Chiefs?
Yeah. I'm so dumb. I said this about, you can clip that and post me as a joke everywhere if you want. But I said that about the Lions Commanders game. I'm all Chiefs. I think Chiefs win by 2 scores.
Yeah.
No, you said you wrote Chiefs with me on that.
Yeah, Chiefs. She said she was taking Texans to cover 8.5.
Yeah, but you put the line at 8.5, I think.
I thought I did it for the Commanders.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah, I'm Chiefs by 2 scores for sure.
Yeah, I think obviously that could happen, and I think if there's an upset, then I win.
All right, well, you're the boss. You got Texans covering 8.5.
Yeah, I do. I don't know why. Commanders, Lions. The line sitting at 9.5, favoring the Lions. Obviously, I like.
You kind of nailed the
and
Lions.
I also like the Commanders spread here. I think this is the Chiefs. Not so much. This game actually, I think, could be closer. The two that are normal, I do think the Raven. Hello, hey, what's up?
We're really going against all my takes here. That's fine. Hey, Jessica's the boss on the parlay. She
I'm
feels
happy
it in
for
her
us
balls.
to talk about. Although you guys
give me
just
the
did.
Commanders. Let's move on.
No, the Commanders plus 9.5 is definitely an easier take. I just think the Chiefs.
Oh,
win
don't
by 2
do that. Don't do that slight to us. Everyone wants the Lions.
Commanders 9.5 is easier to take than the Texans 8.5.
Just because we got the right take doesn't mean you got to throw that little knee jerk out there. You know.
I just want to talk about the Chiefs game. Honestly, I have a few cool stats that are whatever based on it, and it doesn't matter because honestly, we don't know what's going to happen.
And
we're
taking the Commanders, but you can give them to us.
She wants to give us some Texan stats.
No, this is let me see what I can pull here quickly. If it doesn't make any sense, then ignore it. So we're going Chiefs Texans right now. What is it? See, here we go.
We just go in reverse?
No, we did 2 games at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We did 2 games at a time.
We moved on from Chiefs Texans, but I can't get over it. That's all. So now she's trying to give me reasons for why the Texans are going to cover 8.5.
Because let's see, they have a strong defense. Kansas City's tendency, they like to play close games sometimes.
True, they did have a lot of close games this year.
They think that this is analysis. They think that the Texans could keep it competitive even if the Chiefs win by a field goal, which they've done in the past for no reason whatsoever. That's why the spread is looking nice for me. I want you to argue against it.
It's just so easy of a Texan spread because of those reasons.
You keep saying
of the
that
season that they had.
And I don't think you should think that way anymore.
Why? It works.
They play each other at all?
Yes, they did. And they covered, I think it was a 3.5, like the Chiefs covered, but it was another
Tell me a score.
Close game. It was, hold on. Where are we at here? Let's go.
All right, Commanders plus 9.5 though for sure.
Yeah, we like that one. That was easy.
Excited to get to that.
We don't even need to talk about it that much though. That's the thing.
Why? I feel like everyone's lying. I don't think they.
So I think they played in week 16 and Kansas City won 27-19.
8.5 for sure. My math on that one.
Yeah, it's definitely 8.5.
They covered it.
13.
Now here's my question. Let's put away everything we know, okay? Put away all of your knowledge of football. We are in the playoffs. Do you think that that does nothing?
I think the Chiefs win by 2 scores. I don't know what you want me to say.
Why do you think they win by 2 scores?
No, I gotta say, so
like 10.
Dude,
like 10
I can't
points.
believe they're getting that many points. I really can't.
Who,
I
the
thought
Chiefs?
it would be they're giving that many points, but the Texans are getting that many points. I'm still Chiefs. Like, I can't believe it, and I'm still Chiefs.
Really? Why?
Just can't bet against 15. I can't do it.
They're not going to win by a touchdown and a field goal with 10 points.
I don't have it in my blood. I just feel like.
All right, you want to take Chiefs money line or
Yeah.
Chiefs?
Yep.
Chiefs money line,
Let's
and
go.
then
Way
Commanders
more. You can't.
plus
That's-
9.5.
Yeah, but Chiefs money line's a nothing bet.
Yeah, it is a nothing.
Take them by a touchdown.
Okay, but we
then.
haven't won, so I'd rather win.
I'll spread it to 6.5.
I'm for that.
Okay.
Good
Let's
call.
Yeah.
Good teamwork. We've been on this game too long.
spread this. The Chiefs 6.5 minus 170 looks a little better. All right, Commanders plus 9.5.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, we're at the Rams-Eagles game
Tell me
now.
the line.
Line sitting at 6.5, which is fine.
Give
It's
me it.
favoring the Eagles.
I don't know.
Give me it.
I don't know.
Give me it.
Here's the thing. In my analysis, and you know this burned me, they think the Rams are pulling away from this game.
Yeah, everyone
does
thinks
that
the Rams
mean?
are going to win. Everyone says that it's betting right now.
They're not going to.
I don't know.
What's the money line?
And are we playing at home again or no?
Everyone's going to take that Rams line.
What's that money line?
The money line for the Eagles or the Rams, whatever, it's the Eagles is minus 280.
Yeah, you can't take that. Give me the Eagles to cover 6.5 or spread it to 2.5. What's the 2.5 odds?
Are we really? Yeah, we probably should. Let's alt spread.
64% of the money's on the Rams.
Yeah,
Take
shocker.
the Eagles 6.5.
Oh my
Don't
God,
alt
fade
spread.
the public.
Fuck you, LA. Go Birds. Fuck
Let's
you.
take them minus 10.5.
Yeah, 9.5. Boost it up to 9.5. It's taken.
I'm down.
Yeah, what, did we do it?
Eagles
All right.
9.5. LA.
We
Sorry
hate
about
you.
the Fires, but
Eagles, really, we
rocks.
really want to go
Ooh.
minus 9.5, not even just where it's
All right,
sitting at
take
right
six,
now.
take
All right.
six. Take 6.
Okay. All right, and last game coming in, I think this one's the Ravens, but Ravens Bills, it's 1.5, very close game.
I knew it was 1.5.
Well, I said that. I said it's under 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I thought you said under 1.
That's crazy. I kind of want the Bills to win, but I think the Ravens will
You're right.
win.
I think you go Bills plus 1.5.
What?
Wait,
How does that even make sense?
They're getting.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Bills are plus
my-
1.5.
What are we doing?
That means the Ravens are going to win, brother.
No, it doesn't.
Bills getting plus 1.5 at home.
Give me it.
That's a horrible sign. I'm taking Bills 1.5 to put money on, but I said I take the Ravens.
Why?
Ravens, because the Bills should be favored at home and they're not, and so if they're getting points at home, people are gonna put money on them, and Vegas isn't gonna lose.
Until
I mean, it's 56% of the money's on the Bills right now, which means it's close.
Vegas
It's not
loses.
that bad.
Sunday night.
I take Bills plus 1.5. Obviously, you do too.
Yeah, Vegas loses Sunday night.
I think it's because the previous matchup, like Derrick Henry ran for 200 yards and a touchdown, and the Ravens dominated the Bills. But again, do we not care that it's the playoffs? Like putting all
We
of
do.
that
That's why we're
aside.
taking the
I
Bills
also
plus
care about the
1.5.
snow.
Can I
in Buffalo.
ask a question on this? What's the when I see 1.5, it absolutely it means nothing to me. Why is that something?
Wait,
I mean, a
that's great.
21-20
That's
game
awesome. That means it's
definitely
a
happened.
phenomenal
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
So you're
touchdown
saying
and
it's going to
two-
be a close game essentially,
Yeah,
which is what the
touchdown and
line's
2
saying.
field goals versus 3 touchdowns.
All right, yeah, that's all I needed to know.
All right. I'm going to run us through the 4 games then so that
Let
we
me
can...
give this to you. We set it at that's decent. Okay, there you are.
That was good teamwork throughout.
It was.
That was great. Good luck editing that tonight, Jessica.
Thank you so much.
So,
Is that getting out tomorrow?
the whole thing will get out tonight.
Well,
the clip.
it has
the
to.
clip needs to
Tomorrow's
get out tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
we gotta get this. Yeah, I'm gonna be not playing Marvel Rivals again
You're the
because I'm
best, though.
editing.
That's why we love the producer.
Yeah, all right. So our parlay of the week is going to be Washington Commanders against the Detroit Lions. Commanders plus 9.5.
That's what I high-fived you on, by the way.
Yeah, it took me when your hand was there. I was like,
I was so excited.
Kansas City Chiefs against the Houston Texans. We have Kansas City minus 6.5. Philadelphia Eagles against the
that was
Los
an alt
Angeles.
spread. You have to say
Philadelphia Eagles against
the
the
Rams.
Los Angeles Rams. We have the Eagles minus 6.5. Go Birds. And then Buffalo Bills against the Baltimore Ravens. We have the Buffalo Bills plus 1.5. 10 will get you 100. So that's plus 1,000 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, plus 1,000. Good luck.
Let us know.
Bet responsibly. If you have a gambling addiction, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's how it goes, right?
That's all I hear.
All right, well, that's
honestly.
what we have for our NFL segment, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go eat really quick, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. We ate, had some wings, some
Imagine in soundboard to
empanadas.
just cut back into it.
Should I try and have one on my phone?
Abe's working on a soundboard.
Oh, yeah, he is. You're right.
Well,
Yeah.
you have to pay for them.
Yeah, but let Abe work on it.
Okay.
All right, well, kind of ruined my intro to us
Just
being
do
back.
it again. Come on.
But no, just be back still.
I was just going with the conversation side. It's not my fault. I'm good at the conversation.
Yeah, you
part,
told
you're
us to
not.
go with the conversation. Now you're mad at us because we did the conversation.
Yeah, I was just trying to do a little joke to continue the conversation and be fun, but you guys kind of got upset.
Oh, I didn't. I thought it was funny because that's what you said to me in the beginning.
Hey, thanks, man.
We'll cut here.
Cut. All right, next up, I'm not going to cut any of that, by the way. College football, national championship. Notre Dame beat Penn State. Ohio State beat Texas. So horns went down. Sorry, Ave.
I want Texas to win too. It's just like, do you really want Ohio State to win?
I don't, but I said that they had a good chance of going all the way, and I love being right. So that's actually
Fair.
a nice little segue. I guess we can just talk shop here right away. I think I would have to root for Notre Dame, but I would put money on Ohio State. And
I'm with you.
I like the Notre Dame coach. I love the Notre Dame quarterback. I think he's hilarious. I don't know if he's great, but I think he's a great person, and he's obviously a good enough quarterback. I believe he used to be at Duke, and he was already viral for a funny statement. He won a big game, and he said, "Hey, can I get an extension on my phone?"
so hard.
Appa's biting your feet.
Yeah. He's
So-
nibbling my toe.
the Notre Dame quarterback, when he was at Duke, he won a huge game. It might have been the ACC championship or like to advance to the ACC. I don't know, something.
He's a good leader.
And he's getting interviewed, and he's talking to his teacher, and he's going like, "Hey, can I get an extension on midnight tonight?
Yeah.
That'd be great." So anyway, he seems like a good dude. So I think I would root for Notre Dame. But if there's something I love more than anything else in this world, it's being right. And if Ohio State wins, I get to be super right for a 9-seeded team to win the national championship. I know it's I don't know if they're really the 9 seed, but I like being right. I had Ohio State in the beginning, so I guess I'm rooting for them. Mike, what do you think?
I mean, I said they were overrated a bunch this year. I'll admit it. I mean, they were losing games they shouldn't have lost.
They didn't look great throughout the year.
100% coming in the playoffs, they did look overrated. You got to take them here because it's funny because they go from overrated to the hottest team in football.
Yep.
The burner they're on, you just can't bet against it. I mean, if you tell me who I want to win, I'm Notre Dame all the way.
Yeah, I don't like the Ohio State coach either, by the way, and I love the Notre Dame one.
Keegan loves Ohio State. I've said that on a
Ryan
pod
Day?
before.
Or just Ohio State in general.
Ohio State in general.
Oh, okay.
His family's like from there.
Oh, okay.
But so Deer,
He doesn't listen to the pod, so
No, he doesn't at all.
so I don't care.
But Deer and I mess with him, and we'll text him, especially when they play Penn State. And we're like, "Here we go," or we'll be like, "We are."
Yeah,
It's so funny.
yeah.
In sense, I root against Ohio State
So
for sure.
we're in the
That's what I'm saying.
same. We're in the same boat then.
Yeah, 100%.
Jessica, do you have any pull in this game?
I don't really see how this matchup is close at all.
Or
Oh,
makes
wow.
sense.
Yeah. So I think they probably beat them by a lot more than the line, which is at 8.
I wish this was like March
This-
Madness. I would love to see how many pools had this.
Notre Dame's getting 8 points.
Yes.
I mean, we kind of said something similar in the Penn State game. Not that they ran away with that by any means, and that was a hell of a touchdown to get them here. Holy crap! That
Yeah.
run,
It was a big comeback too.
Yeah. So, yeah, they did beat Penn State, and the spread was what, 6-ish?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But didn't Ohio win?
Ohio State.
Ohio State win a lot differently than Notre Dame.
Yeah, they've been
beating Penn
cooking
State.
everybody.
So it's, I mean,
Even the
yeah.
Texas game, they were in control the whole time.
Yeah, it ended up like not that
This would be like one of those, like if
won
Notre
big.
Dame, it's a close game like that, like I would be locked to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Leprechaun though.
A couple of
You're right, lucky. You never know.
so I guess we're all on the same page
Top
here.
5 mascot too.
We think Ohio State's going to win. We think they'll probably cover their spread of 8, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think I would take them 14.
A couple of players I wanted to note, just for fun, was that quarterback, not necessarily because of his performance, but he's a great dude. Easy guy to root for. A lot of those Notre Dame guys are
Easy
to
guy
root
for teammates to buy into.
Yeah, he's a good dude and he's good enough. But Jeremiah Smith, who we had
Dog.
mentioned before, incredible wide receiver. And then Henderson, I believe he recently declared for the draft. He's a running back at Ohio State. Their quarterback is okay, so it's really their
He's
weapons
nuts.
to look out for. Henderson or the quarterback?
Henderson.
Yeah, he's great.
Howard's a bomb, low key.
Yeah,
In NCAA, he was so broken. He had a spin move, and it was just like
I never played. I didn't play the new one.
It's great, so much fun. But he got nerfed. They literally put an update to nerf his spin move. That's how good he was in the beginning of the year. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
So Ohio State weapons, and then Notre Dame, honestly, just good vibe team, a bunch of good guys. So that's who to look out for. That's really all really to talk about in college football. There's only one game to look out for.
Yeah, the only thing I would say, like, it's just funny. It reminds me of, like, I don't want to say, like, Chiefs Lions, because, like, Notre Dame's such a lesser Lions. Like, they're not as dominant as that. But Ohio State just reminds me of the Chiefs. Like, they just find a way to get it done.
They're going to get hot during the playoffs.
Yeah, like, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me. It's like a blue-collar team versus a team that just knows they should be there.
Yeah. It could be like honestly, a Chiefs-Eagles matchup.
Some would say.
All right. Well, that was a quick college football. Again, not much to talk about. NBA, probably also going to be quick. I literally have 2 notes here. One is just a milestone, and the other is still Thunder. The Thunder have been the most dominant team. I actually saw a very funny post.
They just beat the Cavs, too.
Yes, we were talking about that game, and the Thunder did end up winning that game. And they continue to win. I'm going to try to find this post. I believe I saved it. I should only take 2 seconds, but it was about the top 5 teams. Excuse me, goodness. Top 5 teams in the NBA. Oh, I'm not going to be able to find it. It was, okay, but I can remember it. It was Thunder, and then it was Healthy Thunder team.
Oh,
And
you
then
mean like a meme. Okay.
It was
yeah.
memeable. Yeah,
Yeah, my
definitely a meme. It was a Healthy Thunder team. And then it was Thunder with Chet, but without Hartenstein. Thunder with
That's so funny.
Thunder with Hartenstein, but without Chet. And then it was like Thunder. It was a 4th Thunder, and then it said,
always someone out or something going on.
yeah, the fifth team was who, like the Cavs.
Yeah.
The 15 was the actual second best team in the league.
Funny enough so I was looking at it because I was like curious on like what was going on too, like especially because like you were saying the Thunder's been hot. Funny enough, most recent power rankings got the Cavs over the Thunder.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't love that in the slightest.
me neither. I mean, we kind of talked about it with Ave too. Like they're gonna get Chet back. Like they were winning without their
The best without him.
second best player.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he's just like another guy coming back to get some minutes to play defense. Like,
Second best player on the best team in the league. He's
Yes.
very good.
Yeah, very talented. Like literally, when he's healthy, gets compared to Wemby. Like it's not like
Yes.
that's
Yeah,
not a stretch.
No,
by any
they
means.
all the time.
Yeah,
So Thunder, that's it. NBA still Thunder until further notice.
I'm gonna wrap the 10 really quick. Just rip them. We can see what you think.
Top 10 power rankings.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cavs, Thunder, Celtics at 3, Knicks at 4, Houston at 5, Grizzlies at 6. This is where it gets funny because we've been saying these teams have been back to back. Nuggets at 7, Lakers at 8, Clippers at 9, Magic at 10, Mavs just outside at 11.
I think I would move the Magic up a ton and the Knicks down a ton.
I think the Knicks are sneaky. I don't trust the Clippers either.
I think the Magic are pretty legit, honestly. They're good.
I agree.
Yeah.
They definitely need to get up.
I'd put them over the Lakers. I mean, in the playoffs, like if they matched up, obviously, I guess I would take the Lakers because of LeBron. But as far as like what they've done Yeah, but if I'm saying I got to move the Mavs up, that means I got to move people down.
I know.
I can't just say that.
That's where it gets hard, right? Where you're like,
yeah, but I think the Knicks got to go down a little bit. Do they? No, they don't. No, they don't.
The Rockets surprised me. I would keep rooting against them. I got to tap more into the NBA. I'll be the first one to admit it.
Yeah, the Rockets are crazy that they're so good.
It's insane. It's just so unexpected.
I'm like, is Jalen Green that good?
Is he him?
Cade Cunningham's playing nice too in Detroit.
Cade Cunningham's nice.
Detroit's starting to be all right.
Detroit's just like it's like the Cleveland Browns for QBs.
Yeah, but they might be like the Detroit Lions, where they got Cunningham. They still had a bad year.
What position are they in? Where are they?
They're like 500 right now.
Who?
The Pistons.
The Pistons are
9, 21, and 20.
21 and 20, yeah.
That.
Yeah, they're right there.
So, like, next year they might be all right. Cade's nice, dude. His whole career has been good.
His logo's sick, too.
Yeah, the star, CC. Yeah, that's tough.
I think we're halfway through the season now.
We are.
It kind of like, so obviously we're set around Philly, and Philly is very interesting. But like a question that came up for me is, now that we're midway through, what's the second half going to look like? Like, what teams are going to get out from where they're at? Like, we know the good teams, I think they're going to stay there.
Hopefully the Sixers lose every single game the rest of the year.
You're like one of those.
Uh-huh. I have a funny stat.
I just think we should win, and if we,
No.
I think we should make the playoffs.
I hope we lose every game.
Oh, well, then we should have traded Embiid and not signed Paul George. It's too late.
Oh my god, I gotta find this.
Too late, so you might as well win.
You can keep going, Jessica. I'm gonna. Oh, here we go. You ready? Ovechkin is expected to make his return soon, right? Joel Embiid missed 9 games for knee management. Ovechkin missed 16 games for broken fibula.
Also, Embiid's out again for swelling of the knee this weekend.
I'm done. I'm out. See you later. Give me a Cooper Flag. Give me the truth. Exciting
Cooper Flag would do well in
Dude,
Philly.
Appa just farted so hard on me.
Yeah, he farts.
Or he
and
took
smells.
a dump somewhere.
No, it smells. If he poops, it's like if someone pooped, but the fart's like nasty.
This is going to be great for the pod.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy. This little cat he farted so bad.
Give it to Mike.
I'm good.
Yeah, listen, I'm upset with Embiid. I'm upset with Paul George. I'm upset with management. But I'm just saying we're so bought in that if we can grab that playing game in the 10 seed, we might as well go to the playoffs if the 3 of them are going to play.
Listen,
if they're not, then no. I think it's a legitimate take. Like, I
don't want them to actually lose every game the rest of the year. Like, I'm trolling to an extent.
No, I'd rather them do that than go 500 and not make it.
That's fair, but I'd rather them go and compete in the West and maybe get to the second or third round.
If the Sixers are gonna be the 11 seed, I'd rather them lose every game.
Yes.
But I think if they make the playoffs and Maxey, Embiid, and George are healthy, which they might not be, but if they are, I think we can compete. I
wish Abe was here.
Yeah,
Abe could back me so hard on this. I've been out on George since we traded for him.
Me too.
We did. You guys talked about it on the pod, and like when we got him, and like even Abe was saying like how great of a 3-point shooter he's been and stuff like that. And like, dude, people just get
he's
so
34.
hung up on Indiana George.
He's 34. No, I didn't like the signing, but honestly,
you couldn't sign anyone at the time. I agree with that, but
there's no one else.
Either way,
I think we should have got Beal when he was trying to leave Washington.
I was just taking on the chin. I'm out on Bradley Beal.
I'd rather have Beal than George.
Close.
Right? He's just younger.
But
anyway, my point is,
either way, you don't win with either one. So
I think if all 3 are healthy, then it's worth making the playoffs. That's all.
I agree.
All right, just a milestone real quick in the NBA. Klay Thompson hit 16,000 points. That I don't even know how great or not great that is, but Klay's cool, so I wanted to mark it down.
It's cool what he said about LeBron.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention, is that when he hit 16,000, they asked him how it felt, and he's like, it really makes you think how crazy it is that LeBron has 40,000. And I kind of try to put myself in Klay's shoes to see, like, really, because for us, it's like, yeah, that is crazy.
Jessica, really quick, could you Google
Steph Curry?
I was gonna say shooting, just in general. I want to see like attempts, like even 3-point attempts and stuff like that. LeBron to Klay.
Yeah.
LeBron versus Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
So all that to say, I think you're getting at the same thing I was. Like, Klay is a guy who feels I played a pretty long career where most of my
longer than historical. I feel like
right. Like, it's not like just some guy. I played
at the level that he was doing it.
Exactly. No, and I played minutes. I wasn't just like a random 6th man. Like,
wasn't JJ Redick.
Yeah, and even JJ Redick though, like he played enough minutes to the point where it's like, let's see how many career points I have, right? And it's like not even half of LeBron,
which is
bonkers.
And
it's like, dude, I played like 11 years of like 30 minutes a year, a game. That's crazy.
And like not even like big time games where he needed to play a lot of minutes. Like it's not like he was just like in games.
Yeah, the 37-point quarter.
Yeah,
he's a guy.
Yeah.
So I mentioned
one
Curry,
of the best shooters of all time,
second best ever. So I asked about Curry.
That might be crazy.
I asked about Curry because I think LeBron has more than Curry and Clay combined, which is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane.
Because talk about having a career where you play minutes and you're playing a ton of years. Curry's played plenty at a high level for a lot of minutes.
Jamie's looking up that one. I'm gonna look up this one because that's insane.
Just look up Steph Curry career points.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, good.
But I hit the wrong.
Because if it's not in the 30s, then it's not even close.
That's how it just gets to 30. 24-4-2.
Yeah, so they're at the same. 16 plus 24 is 40, and LeBron is 40.
Like I said before, dude, I do math in Excel. What do you want from me?
No, that's good.
That's the best one I found. If you slide down, they really look into everything. The one thing I was trying to verify is the year.
Well, a lot of this is per game. I almost want to.
It's like very overall. Yeah. I tried to.
It's a tough thing to look into.
They have like everything.
Okay. Oh.
And I did other
sites. It's
not
that deep either.
It's a interesting matchup, but the seasons kind of throw it off a bit.
Closer than people would think.
Well, Clay is about 12 or 13 seasons, and LeBron's like 22. So I feel like that for me.
Yeah, I mean, being nerd, you just gotta like prorate it. Like I would wonder what it would like even out to.
I mean, listen, obviously, yeah, it's tough to find the totals.
Clay shoots so many threes. It's not that deep. It's just an insane feat.
I mean, LeBron does have a ton more.
Either way, it takes
field goal attempts.
Two guys that are
both Hall of Famers.
Top 5 3-point
shooters. Oh, LeBron has more, by the way. LeBron has 41,000 now. So he does have more than Clay and Curry combined.
Yeah, I just did bad math. I thought I only did 6 times or 6 plus 24.
Yeah, so obviously LeBron is a better player than Klay Thompson, but it is crazy to think that you would have that many more points than someone who has had a legitimately great career, Hall of Fame career.
2.
Yeah, combined. You're right. All right, so that's NBA. We're going to sneak right into Futbol. A couple of really quick things, and then I want to have some fun with you, Mike, to see what you think. I actually have a little game I want to play.
It's funny because on mine, so I add to mine because I'm a bum and I use my work computer. So I don't have docs on mine, and I literally have UFC next. So
we're not going UFC.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So, like, because I add to mine. So we added EPL a little bit later. Like, I don't even have it in mine. So, like,
oh, that's funny. I don't have UFC in mine.
My point is, whatever game we're about to play.
You have no clue.
No clue.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to run through a couple of highlighted things. The table, Arsenal is now in second. Liverpool stayed in first, but they did close the gap. They're only 4 points behind. And then I believe it's Nottingham Forest. And I actually don't know who's in fourth. I believe it's Chelsea, but I'm not sure. So not too much of a shakeup there. It pretty much stayed the same. Big news, though, in the EPL is that Erling Haaland signs a record-breaking $426 million contract for 9.5 years.
How wild is that?
Yeah. So
I would do it.
Yeah. I'd count it and the foul. The thing is, though.
Yeah, you know what? Just give me a quarter.
The way that soccer contracts are marketed or like spoken about is weekly pay. It's really a $26 million a year contract, which so like for American sports, it's great. Don't get me wrong, but we definitely have bigger and better contracts than that. It's still crazy, but
Otani just signed for $700 million.
Yeah, 70 a year essentially. It's all backed up, but the funny part about this, it's $500,000 a week. Isn't that nuts to think about? That's what $26 million is.
Yeah, it's insane.
So that's how they mark. Like they say, like he signed a contract for $500K a week.
You would thrive.
He's the first Premier League player to ever sign a contract for $500 million a week. So
I gotta tell you right now, I wouldn't.
500,000 a
Yeah,
week.
I know what you meant. I was just gonna let it go. I wouldn't be coming here after work by any means.
Mm-mm.
I would still do the pod because I love our fans and I love our audience, but
We'd find a way to do it virtually or something.
Do you think these
No
big
shot or
paychecks are like
You'd be in
taking?
Fiji.
yeah.
Are they taking away
Man.
from the players? Like not for him because he's young, but eventually, like I don't know, they have all the money in the world. Why are they still gonna?
So it's funny because
Work hard.
I think that's a good question, but I think it gets interesting because you got people like Mbappe
Mm-hmm.
getting a lot of
Mhm.
backlash right now for just like not being the guy in Real. But then you get Holland, who's breaking record, stud performance, and like yeah, they're on a losing streak, but like everything before that's obscene.
Yeah, he broke the
Um,
record for Premier League in his first season.
That's what I'm saying. So like you get these guys that are you invest in them when they're young, like Mbappe, and it doesn't pan out. Is that going to impact the market? Where like, is it worth it giving it to this guy that works in a system as much as you think? But then you look at the other side where you get this Holland guy who is a unicorn and like isn't necessarily a system, but it's more of like a blue collared in a Borussia, who's a Dortmund guy, right?
Yeah,
Like a Borussia Dortmund, like more blue collar, like
big,
not
fast, strong. I score goals.
not as much of a like
Finesse.
yeah. So like it's interesting. Like is that going to start to play more of a factor?
So my take on that is that
Mbappe is great. I want to say that. Like everything I'm saying is not like
I mean, Mbappe is the best player in the world.
not Holland is.
So my take on the situation is that Mbappe
Is the second best player in the world.
showed
and
what he
great.
could do in the French league, which is an easy league, and then at the world stage, which obviously is not easy, but hat trick in the World Cup winner at like 22 years old, now captains the best team in the world.
Is he the captain? No.
Well, he wears the captain band.
Yeah.
So
There you go. Two different things.
So he does all that, and we talked about the other day or the other week that the world stage is a little bit weird. The competition, some players thrive, some players don't. So let's just say that's a little bit of a weird variable. Other than that, he's only played in the French league, which isn't great, and he's outperformed everybody. He's incredible, and it's clear just by his skill that he's a great player.
I agree.
So Real Madrid signs him for a huge amount of money.
Obscene. Absurd.
And he's not playing, well, I'm sure he's playing fine, but not up to like Ballon d'Or standards that we want to hold him to as supposedly the best player in the world.
But if you want to be up there in that, you gotta.
Correct. With Haaland, though, City signed him from Dortmund for a decent amount, but nothing record-breaking because he played in Germany. He performed incredibly well, but Germany is actually a great league now.
German.
But you still than France,
yeah,
for sure. But it's still not the Prem, so you're not sure. So they signed him, and they had him under contract, under a relatively reasonable contract. And guess what? He breaks the goal record in the first season, and he's playing well in the second season, and now they sign him. So I think that's a big difference in that. Madrid didn't just buy Mbappe and say, hey, we like you, we'll see how this goes, and then give you the big contract. They went all in, obviously, because of what he had done in the past. City is signing Haaland to this contract after 1.5, 2 years of great play in the Prem for Manchester City.
I think that might hurt it more.
But even
don't give them a contract until they prove it. Then I feel like that's what that starts to go.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm agreeing.
That's
with
why
you.
Haaland is a great That's why I like this I
agree.
I don't think it's bad.
I was saying to Jessica's point, I didn't think she was saying it was bad. I think she was just kind of asking how it impacts the market more, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, people don't really get intimidated in soccer about other people's contracts. Like, it doesn't really move that way with
because everyone just got the bag.
Yeah, like, in the NBA, like, one person signs a big contract and they go, uh-oh, the next quarterback contract's gonna Daniel Jones was the highest paid quarterback.
This running back, like they said when Jonathan Taylor got his, he reset the running back market.
Right,
and
yeah.
Saquon got
yeah, it's like that's not really how it works, or else somebody like Garnacho or Vinicius Jr. or even like Rodrigo or some random person that they thought was going to be a stud, like Cole Palmer or something, like they would have the biggest contract in history. And then we'd hear it every year, history. That's not really the case for the Prem. So Haaland making history actually is a Pretty big deal.
It's way bigger of a deal than people think.
Yeah, obviously with inflation and the way money works, the contracts are getting bigger. Don't get me wrong, but
also viewership though.
This doesn't mean that like Ollie Watkins next year, who overperforms, or Isak are just going to get a $26 million contract a year because Holland did.
Isak is hilarious.
He's good.
Did I call him Isaac on?
Oh, for real? No, it's Isak, dude. Yeah, he's a black Swedish guy.
I knew exactly who you meant. That's the funniest part.
Dude, he's nasty. Okay.
Yeah, he's always an immediate discard for me. I'm like, I never.
Oh yeah, at this point, yeah. Okay, so that's all that there was there for the Premier League, but huge El Clasico weekend. 5-2. Jessica, do you know who won that game? Barcelona, Real Madrid, 5-2. Guess who?
Oh, you want me to guess?
There's only one right.
How do you know I didn't watch it?
Just guessing that you didn't.
Okay. Say it again.
5-2, and it was El Clasico. So Barcelona versus Real Madrid.
I feel like you want to say Real Madrid, but
you would think.
But Barcelona.
But golly gee, it was Barcelona.
It's crazy.
And wasn't it beautiful? I saw on ESPN.
Wait, can you tell me who's on Barcelona? Hot players, not physically.
Well, we're gonna get there in a sec.
Yeah,
actually, that's a huge part of this segment.
Luke and I have seen the same thing.
Yeah. So, I actually saw on ESPN FC, Mbappe had a 7th-minute goal from like end to end. He probably actually should have passed the ball, but he didn't, and he ended up scoring, so it's fine. Yeah, exactly. That's his worst trait. And then all of the comments said this aged like milk, and 5-2, 5-2, 5-2, because the only thing ESPN posted was Mbappe's goal, and like Barcelona came back and it was 4-1, and then 4-2, and then 5-2. So all that to be said, Barcelona won El Clasico. And I think this is a huge win for them because we're entering a new era. And this is something Mike and I were laughing about before the podcast started. But the Barcelona-Real Madrid rivalry is – I actually saw a list of rivalries today.
It's not talked about enough. It's a well of knowledge.
Oh, yeah. It's on my story, actually. It's on the Sideline Band story right now. It's like the best rivalries in sports. And I think this one was like 5th. That's wrong, period. Wrong. I think Yankees-Red Sox was 3rd, by the way, which is ridiculous.
People have no idea how big it is.
I mean, they should.
Who made it? Was it?
It was just a random sports account, but Auburn, Alabama was 2. I forget who won.
Yeah, but like people get stabbed and like.
Yeah, like the Argentinian ones.
When they say like it's in, like they say ego, like you bleed green. Like they actually, it's a whole. It's they literally do.
Serious. There's Premier League teams that have gangs, and when the Premier League team plays, if Liverpool plays Man City, they literally fight. Like,
yeah, it was like it's tough to make a list like that and include all sports because realistically, it's like soccer,
yeah,
football, hockey, soccer,
a few
football.
Baseball somewhere in there.
Yeah, Yankees, Red Sox are in there, but after that, no.
No, not at all.
And then there was like Lakers, Celtics, I guess is good, but not recently. Anyway, we're getting off track. What we wanted to talk about was, I'll say the Madrid players, and you can counter me with the Barcelona player that ruined their legacy. So in the late 90s and the early 2000s, Real Madrid signs Kaká, Zidane, Roberto Carlos, Raúl, Figo, Robinho, young Higuaín,
who was insane.
Michael Essien,
broken,
and Casillas.
Cheat code.
And who ruined that legacy?
The single-handedly trickster Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho.
Hold on, does this have anything to do with, for my mind and timeline, the Galactico?
The Galacticos, exactly. And you know what? I forgot. The David Beckham is another signing off of
Was
the
he on
under
that? When
and David Beckham. And
dude,
so,
he doesn't get enough love, Dino, like at all.
No.
Jesus.
Dino was a
goat.
goat.
He didn't care.
No, he was partying all the time.
He had never cared.
So you fast forward to early 2008 to 2012. You have Ozil, you have late Kaká, you have Ronaldo, you have Bale, you have Benzema, Sergio Ramos, Marcelo, Carvajal. You still have Casillas. You have Xabi Alonso, Modric.
They have Hazard at this time?
Tony Cruz. No. And obviously, Michael, who ruined that Galacticos team?
My king, my goat, all hail, Lionel Messi. Of course.
And so for a third time, we have Real Madrid with Eder Militao, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Kylian Mbappe, Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, still with Carvajal, Courtois in net, Alaba back there. And Mike, I hesitated for probably a year now to say that this might be legit. He's so young, who knows? But he's won the Euros. He was maybe the best player in that tournament. He's performing for Barcelona. Who is going to ruin this Galacticos era, Mike?
He is still not legal.
Yeah.
The 17-year-old Lamine Yamal, which is insane. He can't even vote. He can't do anything.
I just thought of a great 2-minute drill.
His parents have to sign anything that he does. Like, literally, if he's going to miss school for a Barcelona game, his parents probably have to sign something for
Yamal.
him. Like, he literally needs permission to do anything he does.
I know this kid.
Yeah.
He played in the recent... That's where we saw him, yeah.
And he's carrying Barcelona.
Well, he's not carrying
the team's
necessarily.
Unreal, but he's the guy that is just popping.
One of the best players. Yeah, him, Rafinha, that front three.
Rafinha's playing everything.
Rafinha and Lewandowski is unbelievable. And I just have a tough time. I mean, listen, I'm not saying he is Messi, but
stats are better.
I feel like he changes the curse.
Well, it's crazy, though.
Yeah, but...
It's not like Messi was eased into it. Like,
yeah, but that's like the Jordan thing. It's like, oh, well, LeBron had more points by the time he was 20 than Jordan did. Yeah, well, Jordan entered the league at 21, brother. So he had 0 at 20.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, and like Messi, he played like 10 games at 17. But like to match Messi, you have to have like 20 seasons of 40 goals a year. So good luck.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
He's the
but
truth.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't have to be Messi. The beauty of it is that he's been dominating Madrid. He's been dominating the world or the Euros. And he's not stopping. He's got braces and frosted tips.
It's a compliment to Barcelona, too.
Yeah, because he's an academy guy.
Well, look at what we just said. Stud after stud, legend after legend, Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer, icon after icon. Each era, each decade. Yet one guy offsets it all the time.
Yeah.
And one guy doesn't win a game, but there's some structure to it. Like
they play around that player.
Gotta give Barcelona.
Have they ever had a young guy like this though?
Yes, Messi played when he was 18,
I was gonna
19.
say this
How old was
guy
he?
that might be the best player to ever play the game in Messi.
How old was he?
18, 19 when he had 3
younger than 20.
He had 3 Ballon d'Ors by the time he was 23.
Okay.
So it's just to say, like, yes, Yamal can have better stats at 17, but will he have...
It's just a cool stat. It's one of those cool stats.
He does. So one thing I want to say about Yamal, though, to legitimize him, this could have been a great 2-minute drill, but I can't hold it. So I saw this stat, and it was best goals and assists this year. So there's been roughly 20... Like, most players have played between 22 and, like, 28 games, depending on how many you've actually suited up for. He has 20 goals and assists in 23 games. If you compare him to other 17 and under players, the next best is like 5. Yeah, if you do 18U, it's the same. I'm going to try to skip so I don't do this. But you have to get all the way to 22 or 23 and under for someone to match him. It's Jamal Musiala at Bayern Munich.
He's like also so like a golden child.
And he's like a golden boy
Yeah.
at 22, which is young. He has
5 years older than Yamal.
Yes. He has 20.
Major difference, actually.
Correct. And he has 20 goals and assists as well. So if you have to get to players that are like in their prime, 23 to 28, to get
and
to
who have been
his
doing
stats.
it for a few years now.
Or not, but he will have. He'll be 5 years into his professional career at 22. How crazy.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, Musiala's the only guy you can compare to, but he did it at a point where he was, you said 23 under 22, so he's only doing it 5 years after the fact.
Yeah.
Yamal's already.
Yeah. So Mbappe was like this a little bit, which is why he was such a prodigy.
Yamal's such a cooler, nicer guy. I would like...
No.
If I hung out with both of them, I'd be such a Yamal guy, not Mbappe.
Maybe, but young Mbappe looked better than young Yamal. That's how good he was.
Mbappe's like the guy whose dad owns a yacht.
No.
He has plural in dads.
Is it because
He
he's
was
from
on
Monaco? Where is he from?
No, he played in Monaco. That's where he started.
He's from there.
No comment on that one.
I don't know if he's from. He was in their academy, so it's like that's
Yeah,
where
he was born in.
Who cares? I hate
I
that
don't
guy.
know. You can hate him
Why do you
now, but
hate
he was
him?
not that way when he
He's
was young.
great. He bothers me.
He's the best player in the world.
He got really cocky. Really
Yeah,
quick.
he did. I hate the way he plays now for sure.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even just like that. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. And Pierre hates him too, which I feel like that's gonna just help you be like, all right, cool.
It's on brand.
All right, so we just had that conversation. I'm gonna end soccer really quickly with this little game here, Mike. EAFC, which is the new FIFA. They don't call it FIFA anymore. 25 came out with their team of the year.
I'm surprised you said EAFC.
Yeah, so FIFA 25 came out with their team of the year for the calendar year 2024, and that means that it's a starting 11 of the best players of the past year. They all get boosted ratings.
Yeah, it's so tough.
It's very well. I think I would have nailed it, to be honest with you. There's some you'll get. There's some you definitely won't. Actually, I shouldn't say some. There's maybe one you won't get.
There's gonna be more than you think.
Give me your best shot at. It's a 4-3-3.
It's so tough because they're so biased.
Yes and no, but you should be able to get some
Like
of these.
Mbappe, I
Obviously,
would think is on it, but he's not.
You give me you tell me like if you want me to count it or not.
No, I wouldn't count Mbappe. Is Haaland on it?
Haaland is not on it.
That's crazy. Not Yamal, right?
There's no Yamal.
You want to go that route though? Mo Salah's on it.
Mo Salah is on it.
Factual. Who's the goalie's going off? I don't know any of the Norwich guys.
You don't need Norwich.
Norwich not on it?
No.
They're 3 in the Prem.
Who cares?
Who
It's the
from
best players in the world.
Tell me the Arsenal guys. Is Havertz on it?
There's one Arsenal player.
Oh, it's the left winger. I'm drawing a blank. Not Martinelli?
Bro, the left winger is a golden ball runner-up. Let's get real.
Is Saka's on it?
No. Think about the golden ball competition this week.
I might have to
This
cut
year.
this. I'm brutal.
Who
right
won
now.
the Ballon d'Or?
Rodri.
Okay.
Oh, so he's got to be on it.
Of
I
course
guess?
he's on it.
I was thinking he's been out for so long. That
Yeah,
was
but
my
the
brain.
year of 2024,
Oh, so it's
if
the
you're going to
past
win the
year.
Ballon d'Or, you're
You're
going
right.
to be on the number
I'm
one team.
I wasn't thinking prior year.
Who came in second?
Yeah.
Left wing, Brazilian, Real Madrid.
Oh, Vinny.
Vinny. Right.
I wanted to go this route.
Yeah,
too.
that's the track
I was
you need to get
overthinking it. I
on.
was overthinking it.
Who came in third? English, Real Madrid, center mid.
Oh, Bellingham's on it.
Bellingham, yeah.
Yeah, get me there.
Who had a huge year for Chelsea
What a
this year?
game.
Center mid.
Palmer's on it.
Palmer.
He's on it.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer.
You were right about the striker, by the way. The first thing you didn't want to add.
Really, it's Mbappe.
It's Mbappe.
Did he have that good of a year last
I'll
year?
give my comms after this. I just want to.
That's crazy.
The two center backs are both Prem.
The
Best gold cards in FIFA for center backs.
Saliba.
Saliba.
Wow, he had a.
That's the
good year.
Arsenal guy.
Yeah, he's a stud.
And the other one's the best center back in the past 5 years.
Is it Ruben?
Nope. Liverpool.
Oh, Van.
Yeah.
You don't know what to say.
Van Dijk. Yeah.
You don't know what to say.
Van Dijk's.
Hey.
Yeah. And then I don't think you'll get the right back because he's OP and he low key could have won the Ballon d'Or.
Oh. Really?
Carvajal.
Oh yeah, I did know
Yeah,
that.
because he won everything. He won everything.
I started going FIFA and Man City, and I was thinking he
Walker.
should have won it statistically wise. Yeah, I was going Walker.
Yeah. And then the left back's Grimaldo, who I don't think you would get. He's Spanish though. He had a great
He
year
plays for Man City, though, doesn't he?
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
And then Emi Martinez.
Who am I thinking of? Who's the center? He plays center back, but he plays left back sometimes.
Guardiol.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have won. Actually, there was a lot of comments about Guardiol. And then Emi Martinez from Aston
That
Villa,
sucks.
which I hate. Yeah, he had one good year in 2022, and it's carrying him for like the next 5. This is
He
crazy.
reminds me of Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That's who it reminds me of.
So the back line, I'm fine with, I think. I don't have another, maybe Theo Hernandez, but I don't think AC Milan did much.
Dude, I
Like-
always forget it's off the last year. Like that's why I was so.
yeah, but the year just ended.
I know that's what it like makes sense.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
thinking like we're halfway through the Prem right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like the back end of last year
Yeah.
plus the
And where I'm
Euros.
only thinking this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like Mbappe's not on it.
No, but he shouldn't be. In my opinion, it should have been you
Hold on.
just
He's
move.
the best player in the world.
No, Holland neither. I think you move Salah to striker here, and you put Yamal at
That'd
right
be
wing,
sick. Imagine a Salah.
or whatever. You have two right
Imagine a
wings.
Salah striker card.
Even if it wasn't a striker card, just to fit 11,
Imagine the physical on that Salah striker card.
you can play him as striker.
That's broken. That's OP.
I think only one of his cards this year can't play striker.
I don't play FIFA no more.
Anyway, I would have put Yamal over Mbappe. I think the 3 center mids are fine with Rodri, Bellingham, and Palmer. And then the back, I think everything's good. Keeper, I don't need. Who would I put if it wasn't Martinez?
Not Casillas.
Not Casillas, no.
I'm thinking Courtois.
I mean,
Jesus
it's
Christ.
not like Martinez is bad. Maybe.
Dude, I'm in pure FIFA right now, and I'm just flowing through teams thinking of icons now.
Yeah, I think it's
like
Martinez.
Gareth Bale just came into my brain.
For goalie.
Yeah, but I'm just like thinking of players.
Yeah, I guess it's
general.
Martinez or Allison, and Martinez won the Copa America, so whatever. We'll move on. Who cares about the goalie? All right, well, let's wrap this up real quick. You have some UFC you want to talk about?
I think they're just 2 big fights. I think people can call it amateur hour or whatever, but I think they're the only ones really worth talking about.
Yeah, let's just talk too. If Abe was here, you'd get more, but sorry, fans. You're getting 2 out of us.
Merab versus Umar. That's Khabib's cousin. Umar won the belt recently.
They're all Khabib's cousins, brother.
Yeah, true. That's factual. That's actual. That was it. I was waiting for it to
whatever.
fully click. Yeah, cool.
She's not listening.
Shout out Jamie.
Oh no, I'm listening. I'm trying to keep the flow.
I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, Merab realistically should have lost to O'Malley. Like, I don't see Umar losing this fight at all. Like, I just see him tearing limb from limb, just getting down, wrestling him. But he can strike, and he's well coached.
I'm pro Khabib army, so
yeah, gotta be.
It seems as far as gambling is concerned, if you bet on Khabib's team, you're in good shape.
I bet on all of Khabib's cousins.
Yeah.
Islam versus Ronaldo. This one's interesting because Ronaldo subbed in late. He's 7th in that division, or that like weight class. I think Islam blows him out of the water. I think it's a late sub in because
That's always tough.
especially with an injury. It's tough on both
Is
parts.
is he subbing in for the dude who had a back injury? Does that sound right?
It's like TSY. I can never pronounce it. It's the craziest name ever.
Yeah, I think it's him. I just saw the injury. I didn't see who subbed in for him.
The only thing is, like, it's tough on both parties, which I don't think gets enough love. Like, Islam is training for him, like, for his specialties, what he's good at. Like, it's not like he's not. I don't know much about Ronaldo. I'm gonna be real. I know more about the other guy, where like it's gonna be a bloodbath and all that. Yeah, this guy might get picked apart.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's 7th in that weight class, but like maybe one's a better striker, maybe one's a better wrestler. I don't think he gets enough love on both parts, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just gonna have fun. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna root for a great fight. Is that fair?
And Khabib's cousin.
And it's Khabib's cousin, or the first fight is. So put your money on Khabib's team.
The only other thing I would say is, which maybe you're saying for your 2-minute drill.
Nope.
But the only last thing before we get to it would be Sasaki
Joining
the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's I got MLB.
Oh, I have nothing
Queued up.
next on mine. That's so funny.
Yeah, no, I got MLB queued up. So
I downloaded mine late. That's funny. That's my bad.
little spoiler alert from Mike there, but yeah, so a little bit of some MLB off-season moves.
Spoiler, just helping you transition.
Yeah, as we segue into baseball, I forget his name. It's like Rosai Sasaki.
Rosai Sasaki.
See, I bet people thought I was making that shit up. That was pretty close.
I had your back.
Rosai Sasaki signs with the Dodgers. I mean, listen, you got Yamamoto and
8
Ohtani.
pitchers now.
Well, I'm just saying, you have Yamamoto and Ohtani walking into that room with the World Series right in front of them and the gold medal for Japan around their neck, saying, "Hello, Japanese brother. Would you like to play with us?" And then you have Tyler Glasnow, who was quoted telling Sasaki, apparently he called his agent. I don't know if they have the same agent or not, but Glasnow happened to call his agent while he was next to Sasaki and asked him to hand him the phone since he happened to be next to him. And he was quoted saying something along the lines of, "If you want to play for the team that has the best pitching development, the most money, a drive to win, and the capability to actually do all of that, then you should sign with the Dodgers." And it's like, oh, sure. Okay, great. Yeah, I definitely do that.
Did he say it in English? There's no way you understood when he said it in English. Like, that's
that's a great question. I'm not sure how that got communicated.
Because that actually could have came across
Nothing.
Yeah,
Didn't help at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like didn't.
Go Dodgers.
Yeah, didn't get him there.
Yeah. Anyway,
He's just like, hey, I'm gonna go Jun Otani. That's it.
So Sasaki, I believe he's a 23 or 24-year-old right-handed pitcher. He's the next best thing in Japan, and so the Dodgers are taking over. There's some rumors that the best hitter in Japan, I forget his name, something with an M.
Dude, they're getting.
He said that he is very interested in playing on a West Coast team, which most Japanese players are. It's obviously the easiest commute to and from Japan, except for the New York Yankees. So Leanne and family can potentially be excited. He's unbelievably bad at like 355 and hit
Did
like
he say
46
he wanted to
nukes.
go?
It says he picked the Dodgers, so.
No, this is not Sasaki.
I know. That's what I'm saying, because you said he wanted to play on a West Coast team.
Or the Yankees.
Oh, so it is one of the two. I was just making sure that was clear.
He wants to be either in good proximity to Japan, unless the Yankees want him.
Fair.
So that's cool.
Need a first baseman.
A couple more things really quickly. The Mets are rumored to be putting together a major package to try to get Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh, my God.
That would suck. And I think he would be happy to move there because obviously the Dominican Republic ties with Juan Soto. And then, yes, Lindor's Puerto Rican, but, all those Latinos love playing together.
Do you think Juan Soto like that going there, is it almost like basketball? I feel like it's basketball. They do it in a few sports. Sometimes in the NFL, like I feel like Rodgers with like Devontae Adams kind of happened. Like he goes and he's like, "Hey, well, you got to go get this guy." Like, does that happen at the Mets?
That happened at the Phillies.
More with free agency for sure. Like Trey Turner with Harper.
Right, yeah.
But the Mets are gonna have to put Vlad G.
He was an MVP for a while.
He just got rated #1 first baseman above Freeman and Harper for going into this year. Which is like, you got to put together a serious package. And
if that's a serious package, I guess they're not bringing back the polar bear for sure.
Oh no, they told Pete Alonso you have like 2 days to decide if you want to take this deal or not, and they're kind of lowballing him for it. Ironically enough, the Toronto Blue Jays are rumored to be interested in Alex Bregman and Pete Alonso. So they're trying to shore up their corners there.
Is that breaking news that maybe Vladimir Guerrero just got traded to?
I don't know.
That would have been crazy.
There's an ESPN update. Oh no, Jessica's bummed now.
There's no update. I get all the updates.
Breaking news in the pod, that would have been electric.
Yeah, that would have been sweet. I don't think I have anything else. that is that's all we have for MLB offseason news. There might have been some more, but those are the major ones. And I guess that takes us to our 2-minute drill, which I do not have, so I will not be leading off. Or I shouldn't say I don't have. I don't have it yet. I'm going to scavenge my saved
I have one.
things. But I believe both of you do. So if you would like to go, you can.
You're not going to have mine. You can go.
Is that how you decide who can go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So mine is based on the Australian Open that's happening right now. We had a American come in who's causing some controversy. Her name's Danielle Collins. So she is almost retired. She's 31. She decided to play again. And she happened to be matched up against a local Australian, like really worked her way through the qualifying rounds, ranked like close to 200. Hometown favorite. Danielle goes in and is just absolutely heckling the crowd. They're booing her. She's putting her ear up to them. She's going, "Thank you, let's go." Like absolutely being a true American. And then in the press conference, she goes, "Look, you guys are coming and you're donating to the Danielle whatever fund. So thank you. My friends and I really love 5-star hotels and you'll be paying for that." And they absolutely hate her. And she's just, giving them what they...
Don't take this the wrong way. That's giving me major Mike vibes.
Mike's sitting here going, "Nice."
Did you say tennis? Is it tennis you said?
Yeah, so
I feel like if you were an American tennis player and you went to Australia and they were chirping you, you would motherfuck the shit out of them. Sorry, Mom. But
I love when people talk.
I know. And you would go, "Hey, thanks for the donation. I'll see you next round." I'm going to go stay in the Ritz-Carlton.
Well, it's kind of like I
think if you can back it up, it's fine. I think that's
she won,
like,
right?
You got to be
She's there.
You got to be willing to take it on the chin.
You're true to that. I feel like you live relatively fair to that.
Because I feel like if you're gonna chirp back, you got to understand people are going to say
No, they were
something.
booing her hard. So she was
Well,
like,
if you're going to say
let's
stuff
go.
back, though, people are going to do more. That's
She
what I'm
also
saying.
is like, look, I'm an athlete.
I'm saying
Playing in front of
kudos to
crowds is
her.
a thing.
It's like she's taking on the chin.
won.
She's like, hey, I'm going to chirp
Yeah.
back. I'm going to win, and I'm going to take it on the chin if you give me more, and I'm just going to give it right back.
Yeah,
It's a win.
and she's
Joe
this
Scott
is
said.
current.
Yes.
So if
Yeah.
if the story interests you, you can watch her in the next round.
When will that be?
Yeah, I was hoping you didn't ask.
Oh,
Let's see,
shnikes.
Australian Open,
Tomorrow.
TikTok.
All right, Mike. What's your 2-minute?
Yeah, it
drill?
is tomorrow.
See, I told you. I know ball.
I don't know when hers is. Just go figure it out.
I got a few things. So it's funny because the boys and I got in a little bit of I'll say a spat over the weekend.
Wow. This is not going to last 2 minutes.
It's
I'll
not
say
going to be
that
a 2-minute
now.
drill.
This
It's
is
only a
brutal.
statistic. We're not going to get into it.
It's going to last an
I
hour.
don't have rankings or anything.
All
It's
right.
just a statistic. We got in a spat over Stafford about him being a top 5, which we were saying either arm or QB was never really clarified.
Arm, it was very clarified.
I don't have a top 5 with me because, as Luke said, this could go on for forever, and I'll die on that hill. But I do have a stat on Matt Stafford.
Okay.
In snow games, which now we're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches on Sunday,
Mm.
Matthew Stafford is 1-8 in games where it snows.
Wow. Well, Detroit played in a dome, right?
Yeah. That makes it a little tough. Still a cool stat. Still only 1 win.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is I wasn't on the pod last week, obviously, because like some things came up.
We set it up that way, but sure.
Sure. But that was the annual other recognition of the insane Peyton Manning season.
Yeah.
2013, 16-game regular season, 1 less game, 55 touchdowns, 5,400 yards.
Crazy.
Absolutely bonkers. Way better than Stafford. Way better
Yeah.
arm than Stafford.
No.
Way better QB than Stafford.
Yes.
Just generally all around better.
Yes.
And his career just shows that, you know?
Everything better than Stafford except pure arm talent. I totally agree.
One quick one. I think I'm at like a minute right now. Ravens, when they win this past weekend, when they did win, sorry, they finally passed the Cowboys for the most winningest franchise
I saw you like that one.
in NFL history, which is pretty cool. They're at 0.57%.
Yeah, that's an awesome stat. I think it's pretty cool.
It is cool, and it's like not talked about enough. But shout out Terrell Suggs. I feel like Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis who set
Yeah.
that culture there.
Yeah.
Another cool
Ed
stat.
Reed.
Ed Reed's a great shout, great pull.
Jamal Lewis maybe, but mostly the defense.
Definitely the ones we just said though.
Yeah.
Shout out my guy. I
God dang.
tried to argue him. I'm at like 115 right
Yeah,
now.
okay. Jessica, you timing him or
Exciting White. I fought for him for the life of me. Abe's not here to approve us. We won't have one this
Okay.
episode. But shout out my boy, Lad McConkey. Everyone talks about Chris Olave. Everyone talks about Garrett Wilson. Everyone talks about T. Higgins.
what? What kind of random names are you pulling right now?
These are guys that are supposed to be ones that either are looked at as really high twos that could be ones on any other team
Or not ones.
or on their team are like a 1B.
Yeah,
And
not
they're-
good enough
And they're
ones.
talked about unreal. Lad McConkey, rookie receiving yards, 1,149. Chris Olave, 1,123. Garrett Wilson, 1,104. T. Higgins, 1,091. Lad McConkey is a better rookie year than
all of them.
those three. And it's
In a year
not
that was
that
supposed
close.
to be slow for the Chargers.
Correct.
And I'll say this. I think he kind of had a slow start.
Slow start, slower, but definitely.
I'm
compared to the
saying
rest of the
that's
season.
how good he could. Hey,
Yeah.
let me get 2-3 games under my belt. I'll show
1,500.
you what I can do. Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm right on 2 minutes with that. So
Yeah, maybe 5. That's all right. I'll make up for Mike's time. I'll be quick here. I know we have the parlay of the week, but I follow this account, Cody Brown Picks. Follow him on Instagram if you want. He posts gambling advice, but in a cool way. And this is what I mean. These are, I'm going to run through the AFC and then the NFC. In the past 10 weeks, these are all things that hit 80% of the time. So 8 out of the past 10 weeks, these things have happened. So if you want to throw these into a parlay, feel free to do it. Some of these will have better odds than others. Like, I'm going to read some. You're
This
going to
is
go.
a really good 2-minute drill, though, because we don't do enough of this. We do like cool stats and stuff
Yeah.
like that. This is a really good change up. This is a good one. Already.
Appreciate that. We'll throw some things in. Some of these you're going to go, yeah, obviously. And other ones you're going to be like, oh, that happened 8 out of 10 times. Those odds might be
and
okay.
And guess what? You're going to hear another one where you're going to say, hey, I'm going to take that.
Yeah. Here we go. Austin Eckler, 50-plus rushing and receiving yards.
Love it.
DeAndre Hopkins, 25-plus receiving yards. That's where I'm like, I don't like the odds might be minus 400 on that, so you're not going to take it.
I think it's way harder than you think.
Nico Collins, longest reception, 25-plus yards. Jared Goff, pass completions, 20-plus. Samaje Perine, receiving yards, 10-plus. Amon-Ra St. Brown, receptions, 6-plus. Travis Kelce, receptions, 5-plus. I think that's going to be great odds, and it's happened 8 out of the past 10 games. Jameson Williams, 3-plus catches. Jahmyr Gibbs, anytime touchdown score, 8 out of the past 10 weeks. I'm not going to repeat that, so just... Is the camera still good? It looks like it's way towards Mike. It's good? Okay. All right. And then...
It does look like...
Doesn't it? On the NFC side, 8 out of the past 10 weeks. Saquon Barkley, 100-plus rushing yards. Kyron Williams, 65-plus rushing yards. Jalen Hurts, 35-plus rushing yards. Khalil Shakir, wait, this is not all NFC. This is Saturday, Sunday, sorry. Khalil Shakir, 4-plus receptions. Devontae Smith, 4-plus receptions. Dallas Goedert, 3-plus receptions. Lamar Jackson, 2-plus throwing touchdowns. Justice Hill, 2-plus receptions. Dawson Knox, 2-plus receptions. And James Cook, 1-plus reception. Those are 70% hit rates in the past 10 weeks.
I think your 2-minute drill was fun.
It might have been. No, it wasn't. Anyway.
I love the Goddard and Justice Hill one.
Those ones I just ran through.
Those need to get a shot.
Take your
they're going
pick.
to be great odds.
Yeah, if they're good odds, take them. They have both hit either 7 or 8 out of the past 10 times. And I think that's all we have for you. So no Ave this week. We missed him. I will be out next week, but this group will give you a great episode 27, I believe. And
if not, then we'll see you with Lucy.
Yeah, if not, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
We should, though.
Yeah. So that'll do it. We always appreciate you all sharing the bants with us, and we'll see you next week. See ya.
I got